Hello, welcome to the Free Cheese episode 224. I'm your Joe Dix, joined tonight by Matt Sellner.
Hello.
Marc Augustiniak.
Hey.
Ben Barris.
What's up?
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Daddy, the toilet made a loud sound and scared my penis.
Oh.
That's
Damn.
what I heard in a public bathroom today. Figured I'd start the episode strong. Daddy, the toilet made a loud sound and scared my penis.
What was the loud sound? Was it the flush?
I think it was the automatic flusher going
Automatic
off.
flush.
Toilet's gonna be scary. What was it? Look Who's Talking? Was that the movie?
Kirstie Alley.
Where like the baby was afraid to go to the bathroom because the toilet was gonna eat him?
I don't remember any of the details except for the fact that John Travolta was a baby.
No, Bruce Willis was a baby.
Whatever, man. They're all
Travolta was a parent.
Hey! That's what he said, right?
Ah, jeez. I flat plate.
Yeah. And then he elbowed the jukebox in his leather
He
jacket.
broke his elbow, so he's bleeding.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Sick.
Sick?
Yeah, y'all motherfuckers sick?
Yeah, oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be over here.
No. Faith is a teacher, a first grade teacher.
So,
She
yeah.
has the bubonic
Cesspool.
plague
Yep.
as we speak right now.
Yeah, done.
So I feel like my immune system is somewhat stronger than like the average person, just because I'm always around it. But
I try to, I lick my phone once or twice a week just to keep everything going, but I got something.
I just been isolated all week, so I'm like
yeah.
quarantined.
Welcome to hell, because that's what's happening.
Ugh.
How's Nashville?
It was good.
What'd you do?
A lot of things. Went bar hopping.
Nice.
What's your favorite bar?
Place called Nudies Honky Tonk.
Oh yeah.
Nudies.
That's a Nashville.
Not a nude bar.
Yeah.
Nudies Honky Tonk is just a regular bar.
Right.
No, the super cool thing about that place is everything, like main downtown Nashville is all on one strip, and on both ends of it you have the Titans NFL stadium on one side and then the hockey arena on the other side, and that's like where the majority of concerts and stuff are. Oh my god. You walk into a bar, live music right away, which is super dope. And you would think Nashville is going to be mostly country music. It really isn't. They play just about anything that is more band related. So if
Slayer? Metallica?
yeah, so if you're going in looking for Slayer or Metallica, it's probably not going to happen.
You said just about anything.
That is more common. Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if there was like that one hole in the wall bar in the darkest part of like Tennessee. That
However,
is, like,
just dudes
Slayer
breaking
cover.
bottles and eating glass.
So this is the thing. You might walk into, I don't know, the place, the famous bar on Broadway, Tootsie's.
Yeah.
On the first floor, they might not play Metallica. But if you go to the second floor and go to see that second level band, they might play Metallica.
I like that.
If they're not doing it, go to the third floor. That band might be playing.
Nice.
There's just bands on like every level, every
Sound
store.
doesn't bleed?
No, everything's noise canceled. They got it perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess they're like newly built or newer.
Nah, I don't
Not
know if
too
they're
old.
newer, but I'm
Right.
sure they definitely have some noise canceling stuff, or they have the acoustics or stuff in a way that it doesn't bleed up to the next floors. Now, like on the rooftops, you could hear some of the speakers on the opposite end of the street, like projecting out, but the music at the bar you were at was so loud you would only really hear what was going on.
That
in the
makes
bar.
sense.
But yeah, it was super dope. Mainly to see the Capitals. They of course lost.
Yeah.
I became a Titans fan though. Randomly just went to a Titans football game on Sunday.
That's
They
cool.
won, so that was cool.
Who they play?
The Cincinnati Bengals. That's actually a division rival of the Ravens, so it was full Titans support, and yeah, they won on the last second play. It's pretty dope.
Did you wear your Ravens jersey anyway, just to be a dick? Okay.
No, I wore an Orioles.
Okay.
I was neutral.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the weird thing about packing for these trips is when I look through my wardrobe, I quickly realize all of my stuff is Baltimore sports related, so I feel bad going to these towns. So Nashville doesn't have a baseball team, though. So, I feel safe walking the streets in
Right,
Orioles gear because the closest team is, I think Atlanta, Georgia?
Yeah, it's
The
not even a
Braves?
real country anyway. So
Country, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We were very active. Went different museums. The Country Music Hall of Fame is
Oh, that's
right in
cool.
Nashville. It's a block over from Broadway. Went to the Johnny Cash Museum. If you go to Nashville and don't come away knowing Johnny Cash's life story, you're going to be an asshole because it is like plastered everywhere around Nashville. So,
As it should be.
but yeah, it was a good time. It was nice to get away from Baltimore for a little bit.
When's the last time you traveled? What was the last city you went to before that? Boston?
August, yeah, in Boston.
Yeah.
Damn.
But that was short though, and that was like we got there on Friday and we left like Sunday. This was like 6 days, 5 nights.
Yeah, you were
maybe
gone
the most
for-
of it. It's good stuff.
Dope.
Sorry, I'm sniffling into the microphone.
Yo,
That's
I'm gonna be right
it's
there
gonna
with you.
fucking keep happening by
expected.
Don't you worry about that. I'm gonna keep clearing my throat. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those shows.
See, I don't think I'm sick.
drink
I'm
this
just
Natty Bell.
way too I drank way too much last night. And then,
What'd you get into?
Oh, I was texting you about that.
Oh, I know you
because
were.
was
I just
playing,
wanted you to
and
put it
I
out
saw, your name and then Quake. So yes.
Yeah, what were you up to?
I was at Jeff and JP's for a little LAN partying going on.
Cool.
So
Good
I don't know
stuff.
if you've ever seen or you talked about my PC, but there was this like small wave of PC builders back in the day when they were like, let's just build the biggest fucking tower ever.
Ah,
And that was cool for like maybe a year.
yeah.
I bought my PC in
that
that
era.
year because my
Yeah.
cousin had built it, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I have 3 daughters, and I don't have any time to do this." So I grabbed it from him, and then kind of just bought the new graphics card, whatnot. So when I say LAN party, okay, because apparently I was like a moron for thinking this, but I'm right.
All right.
LAN party, like multiplayer games, especially in like the late 90s, maybe not even like just 90s, maybe early 2000s, even like some PS2 and Xbox games, they had a LAN option.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's LAN party. Like
Yeah.
JP was texting me like when PUBG came out, and we had a LAN party back then. And he's like, "Do you want to come over and do some LAN party with PUBG?" I'm like, "Does PUBG have a fucking LAN mode?" Like, that would
He
be-
just meant literally sit next to each other. with
yeah.
So
computers.
I guess the nowadays thing is just a bunch of people bringing their computers over and they're connected on the internet, as opposed to a local area network.
Right, which is what it stands
Yeah,
for. Oh,
yeah.
that's
I was gonna say that would be the
Yes.
most boring game of PUBG in the world. You
No,
got this huge ass map
I
and
know,
4 people
right?
on
But I
it.
didn't really think about
But it
it.
would have been dope.
But I mean, you could always make like the map smaller. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
but
true.
This is like right when I bought PUBG, like the second day. Like I played,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I didn't know what the hell it
Oh,
was.
true. Okay.
Because I've played like, if you guys ever done LAN style games,
Halo.
it's fucking
Halo.
awesome.
We've had like 4 different Xboxes throughout the house. So
See,
it was
that's
like
see, a lot, actually, you know what? Yeah, a lot
4
of people did
to
that
a
with
screen
Halo.
and
Yeah,
they were all linked. With
yeah,
I think
because it
that's
wasn't
fucking
online,
dope.
right?
It
Halo
could,
1.
it could
It
go
could be.
online,
Oh, could?
But the way we did it, because it was just such a big group, we decided to just
That's dude.
we didn't
Yeah.
have to go online for it.
There was one New Year's Eve party. We didn't give a fuck about New Year's. We were playing Halo 3, and 2 people had their Xbox 360s, and we one Ethernet cable, and it was split screen on each, and it was fucking dope ass time.
That's
playing
awesome.
through some Halo 3. What's it? Legendary? Is that the
Yeah, sure.
is that the highest difficulty?
That sounds
Yeah,
right.
Legends.
Yep. Yeah. Good times. Dying all the time.
Dope.
Yeah.
Mark, how you doing?
Good until last night.
Uh-oh. Sick?
No, just I messed up my sleeping schedule big time. Like I only worked 2 days this past week.
Oh.
So like that's been just on and off, and like I kind of fixed it going back into work, and then played a game, and then that ruined everything. So I'm just like running off of that. I mean, I'm fine. I'm good. Not sick yet, I think.
Oh yeah,
It's
well,
coming.
let me
Yeah,
tell you,
It's coming.
sleep deprivation plus,
The sick corner.
being in this
I mean-
little hole.
The court.
I mean, I
quarter
slept
circle
today.
here.
Like I woke up like an hour before getting here, but
It's.
the whole day was gone. So I don't know.
I wish you luck.
Yeah, yeah.
With
I'm
that
trying.
one.
I'm trying to be careful.
OJ. Lots of
Did,
OJ.
you mentioned getting a mattress. You getting that mattress?
It didn't arrive yet.
But you ordered it.
I did order it.
What size mattress?
Queen.
Fair enough.
But
That's dope. That's dope.
you went with the same brand.
Yeah, I went with purple.
Let me tell you.
And like it comes with a free cushion apparently, which is
Fuck
fine.
you. Are you kidding? All I got was free sheets.
It switches apparently.
Oh,
So,
son
like,
of a bitch.
So
I'll trade you.
Wait, did you get yours on Black Friday?
No, I think it was like Memorial Day or something.
Because they changed during those sales.
Oh,
But normally it's a cushion, and like 2 days before that, that's when I ordered it. Like before this sale came up, they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this Purple Friday sale like early," and I was like, "You get a free pillow instead."
Oh,
And I was like,
shit.
"Well, I'm not getting the pillow," which is fine. I have pillows, but
Yeah, but
not that pillow.
my neck's fucked up now because the mattress is so good, but my pillows suck.
Yeah.
And I want their pillow. Their pillows
But like,
$100
my computer chair isn't a real computer chair. It's just a metal black folding chair.
Oh, so this will be very
Oh,
good.
so the
God.
cushion will
Yeah.
be good for that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you laid on the mattress yet? Have you felt it? What it feels like
No,
to feel?
it hasn't.
I just mean like, had you felt one or whatever? Did I ever
No.
let you?
It's a solid night's sleep.
I mean, I've like seen reviews for it. I even saw a review where a married couple gave a review
Birth?
a year
Oh.
later after owning one.
Yeah.
and then describing how it still feels like fresh and new because like it doesn't absorb your body like a memory foam.
Yeah, no,
Like,
no, no.
it will once you lay on it, but once you're off of it, everything's like perfect.
What mattress is this? Like some?
It's just called
voodoo?
purple.
Purple.
Yeah,
It's
so, like,
weird.
The top layer is like 2 inches of like some kind of weird like squishy
Gel.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
People have compared it to like a Dr. Soul.
I was just saying, like, yeah, I
like
think-
foot sole thing.
yeah.
Like that kind
Oh,
of.
that sounds
cushion.
cool.
But it's that like on top of foam, on top of,
Yeah.
but it's not really foam, but it is, but it isn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sounds
That's
dope.
what I have. It's dense as fuck. Like, be careful when you go to open the fucking thing up because it's like,
Yeah.
it's very heavy. Like even putting sheets on, I've got to like.
Oh yeah, like I saw like the
It's
weight for it. It's like 170 pounds rolled up or something.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's. It was a fun motherfucker to get up the stairs. God damn it! Like my favorite thing is like I climb in bed and I just push my legs as hard as I can because you feel everything just.
Yeah, I haven't like owned my own bed for almost the majority of my life.
Yeah, I think most of my mattresses were always like hand me downs.
Yeah.
Like hey, someone's getting a new one. Here's this one for you.
Being the youngest of 3 brothers and
oh yeah.
just getting mattresses from everywhere and futon, just like I don't know what it feels like to sleep on a proper bed. So
Yeah. My mom did buy me a real ass new mattress when I was probably like 16 or so.
Hmm.
I had that one, but then when we moved in, we brought Katie's bed, which we later found out was an old mattress that was almost older than we are, I think.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh man.
Yeah. So then it was like, oh, we should let's get a new one. Then we got that purple. Plus, the dope thing about purple is all of their advertisements use Tim and Eric actors.
Yeah, it's really
Until
it's
today
funny.
on this podcast when we were advertised purple,
Right, yeah, now, yeah.
This episode is sponsored by.
Sponsored by Purple. No.
powered by Google.
Unlike every other podcast sponsored by Purple, this one is not. I just personally have the fucking thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't even know until after we had ordered it that it was all these Tim and Eric. Who was the one I saw? Like, this is what I do. I sit on you. That guy.
Mm.
Do.
Not that one.
No.
The guy. He,
No, I know.
he looks like an egg.
He a mustache,
Yeah.
bald. I think on top.
Oh, you know, he looks like an egg.
This is what I do. I'll make your bubs bounce. You know that guy?
Oh. Do it.
I'll pull him up. I'll pull up a picture. I'll get you a
It's
hot
like
pic.
an egg.
But I remember seeing the ad where they were showing
You
like
wait.
the egg test, where like they drop like this piece of glass with 4 eggs on it onto all these different mattresses to test like how soft they are, and like obviously Purple's was the only one where the eggs didn't break. But then I've seen like real testimonies of people trying that. Like this lady like put all of her pressure on the egg onto the bed, and then she sat on it, and it still didn't break. And
Whoa.
she was like a big lady.
Whoa.
I'm not going to try that on mine, but.
She was afraid. She was like, "This is gonna be so embarrassing."
Oh yeah. Yep. Okay.
And then like they had like just a metal platform you could put the mattress on. I didn't order that, but the way they were advertising that was like it can hold all this weight and it won't bend or make any noise. And they had sumo wrestlers fighting on top of it. And if you go to like the webpage and you see pictures of the actual thing that they're like modeling off, you see a sumo wrestler like modeling on top of it, like
Oh, right
like
on.
elbows on the thing, legs kicking up in the back, all cute.
I love it.
I was like, all right,
Let's do it.
you have a sense of humor.
I could tell you that whatever sleep thing you may have going on, it's soon to be over. Because that thing
Yeah.
will fuck you up.
Yeah, I heard like the first couple days of sleeping on it's going to take some adjustment.
Oh, the first 2 weeks, you were going to feel like garbage. But then your body
I'm sleeping
gets
on a
ready.
cot now,
Yeah, you're going to be,
so
I mean,
it's not good. It's not good.
30-year-old mattress, cot, yeah. You're going to be good, though. It's,
Yeah. Hopefully that will like be like the seed that fixes a lot of roots. That
Yeah.
like, because
Yeah,
you know, because like you can work, it can affect like your work life and everything. And,
oh,
like,
so many,
you know,
yeah.
like just like your diet can affect you, and you know,
It's,
so it's just I feel like it's just a lot of that.
no, I've been very, very conscious of that shit lately. I don't know why, but ever since I quit smoking cigarettes,
Well, I mean that makes sense.
try to be healthier. But yeah, I forget what, like we talked about it last week where I was walking and I was like, oh, my ankles hurt for like 3 weeks now. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Like,
Yeah.
there's just things that happen where you're like,
arthritis.
I can't eat this shit all the time. So
Yeah.
like making sure you wake up and give yourself time to eat in the morning is important.
Leaning into that computer monitor. Oh man, my lower back really killing me today.
Right, yeah. Like this morning I woke up extra early before work and I made sure I had, fruit for breakfast instead of just a fucking Cliff Bar and coffee, which is also great.
I was gonna say actually, it could be far worse than Cliff Bar and
I
coffee.
know. I was expecting something else.
Well, yeah, I mean,
was
I know
expecting
people who
cigarettes
fucking
and cocaine.
I mean, dude, when I used to smoke cigarettes, my breakfasts were like cigarettes and coffee. That was not the
Ugh.
cocaine part, but yeah.
That's wild.
Well, also when you smoke cigarettes, you don't really have an appetite for anything.
Wake up and smell
It's
the
true.
ashes.
Yeah, it was good.
Damn.
bad stuff. But good stuff.
What's that?
Video games. You
Oh.
guys play any?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Quite a bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pause. I assume we're gonna talk about a game that we were texting about.
Oh,
how
we're talking
deep?
about-
How deep can we go into
Stories
it?
Untold?
Yeah, because you
Go
didn't
all the way.
complete it.
I didn't finish it. Go all the way.
We
No,
all-
we want
no,
you.
no.
We all completed it. But
Yeah, you finished it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I want you to like.
I mean,
well,
I'll get
remember, we
into
have
it,
listeners too that
I don't want to.
may want to.
Okay, I won't spoil. I won't. Okay, I won't. All right. I'll wait.
Tell me about Stories Untold.
Oh.
Go. Yeah.
So it's kind of like what's going on upstairs. You're not really sure what's going on. That's kind of like what episode 4 is. Like it starts off and it just
You're captivated
Yeah.
as soon as it starts.
yeah. Like it's Mark's right. It does like tie everything in,
Yeah.
but the way they tied everything in, I legit did not expect that whatsoever.
Huh.
Maybe I was just a dipshit. Maybe you
No.
saw some clues.
Yeah, I didn't see
You
that
saw
coming
maybe-
either.
I didn't know either.
That was.
I mean, like end of 3 kind of gave me an idea,
Mm-hmm.
but once I got to 4, I was like, oh, not the way I thought this was
Yeah.
going to be. And then I kind of like I'm okay with it now. Like after like
You didn't
couple
like it
days.
at first?
I didn't like it at first only because the way 1 set up everything for me. I was expecting more
Oh, yeah.
more so that. And then by the time I got to 4, it kind of just got a little more grounded.
Yeah, it definitely turned into like more sci-fi-ish than horror.
Yeah.
And I got more of like the more sci-fi-esque Twilight Zone
Yeah.
than the more like scary, uncomfortable ones.
Mm-hmm.
Although there were moments in all those episodes, definitely the first one, where I was just, I don't want to click the next thing or hit enter or do whatever, but I said it.
And I think you texted us and you were like, I'm fuck this. I typed in, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, I was in our group chat. I was venting about how
Yeah.
scared I was to go forward in the first episode after a certain thing happens. And I got through it though. And during the day, I started playing. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, damn, that was like really good. So I hopped into 2. I like 2.
Yeah?
I did like 2, and I know you all were saying that was like kind of like maybe the low point of it, and I still like this. I was like,
It's not bad. It's not. It's just not the
different.
strongest
It's-
one.
yeah.
So I was like, I still like that. I kind of want to
That
keep
one's
going,
the-
so
that
I
one's-
like hopped right
yeah.
into 3, and then 3 is a really cool like setting. I really liked
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
they set that up, and what made it even better was in my house. My parents are actually starting to get like some of the Christmas lights and decorations and stuff up just
Yeah,
to be ready to turn them on come after Thanksgiving. But when they do that, all the windows are open, and it was freezing that day.
Yeah.
So I'm in my room in a
Immersive.
legit like hoodie, like freezing
Yeah.
at the computer, like
That's how you do
actually typing. I was like, holy shit, I'm actually in this environment right now.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
it's
All you
it
need
was
is
really
like
well
a-
done. And then episode 4 literally starts, and I'm like, all right, this is where we're going. And
So, okay.
I liked where it went.
So it's funny you brought up the beginning because when I played it, it was 1:30 in the morning. It was after the concert I went to on Friday, and it was in D.C. So by the time I got home, it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
So I just booted it up, hit episode 4, and then I went to the fridge to go get a beer. And then there's that part that happens. I'm
I
just like,
almost did that.
What the
I
fuck?
almost
Like-
I almost spun around in my chair to like go grab my phone and was like on my bed or something. And then like it happens. You're like, whoa,
Yeah.
hold on.
oh, because I had my the PS4 wireless headphones on.
Oh,
So
yeah,
when
okay,
I could still
okay.
hear shit, and I was going to my fridge, and there's a certain thing that happens. It's pitch black. Everybody's asleep, and I'm just like, for like that
You're like,
second,
you're on
and,
edge,
I
like,
was-
whoa.
and I'm in the kitchen. I'm like, what? So I ran over and looked at the monitor. I'm like, okay, all right, that. Ugh. But the thing is, like, it's not even a scary part. It's just
It's just good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just really
throws,
good.
It really, it's like a curveball, dude. You got to play it.
A
I'm telling you.
nasty-
I was gonna like because
Eat
you
this
guys were
pitch, as they
texting about
say.
it, and I was like, I should do it. But Katie wanted to see the rest of it, and she was in Philly for work, so I was like, do I play it without her or wait or I don't know.
Just play without her and pretend like you didn't play it.
I know.
I also found a typo,
Oh, yeah?
and I took
Oh,
a
man.
picture. There's the word definitely, but it's spelled DEFINATELY.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Ah.
Yeah.
What episode?
4.
4.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Caught that motherfucker.
I see. Right.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like a lot of their lingo is more. I don't know. I guess maybe it's a translation thing.
I mean, like mum is MUM, but like definitely.
Oh, well, that's the one you realize in all those lines of text. Yeah. I mean, they all have a text-based portion to them. So,
and actually, like I ran into a bug that wasn't like I couldn't proceed past.
Huh?
Because I'm not gonna talk about where it is, but there's a part when you have to press a button, and I was pressing said button and it just didn't work. So I'm sitting there and I've like restarted like the procedure again, and it just didn't work. And then I went on YouTube. And then it worked for them, so I had to like restart the episode, get back to that part, and then it worked just fine. It was weird. It was weird.
So it wasn't your fault.
No, it wasn't. I thought it was my fault. I thought I was just being a moron. But then like I legit looked on YouTube and I'm like, I did that same exact fucking thing. Like,
that sucks.
Yeah. So all I did was restart. I mean, luckily it wasn't too deep into the episode, and the episodes are not long. No. But this is probably the longest one.
I told Victoria because we started episode 1 and 5 minutes in she was like, "Oh, this is text. This is stupid." And I had no basis to go off of. Like, it gets better. Girl, I was just trying to tell her. I was like, "Give me 15 minutes. Like, let me figure out what the hell. Let me figure out how to go to the goddamn backyard and turn on the generator. You guys got to give me a second."
Go to backyard.
Oh Christ!
I know.
But then after I finished it, I'm like, "Oh, sit down. Sit right next to me. You want to figure out what this game does? We're going right upstairs." And I went upstairs, and that thing happens, and she was like, "Whoa!" Yeah. And I was like, "Oh yeah, you didn't give me 10 minutes."
It was funny because right after that, it was pretty late, so I just went on the couch, huddled up because it was also fucking freezing cold in my house, and Chappelle's Show was on, and then I downloaded Zork. And I'm already like a few beers in.
Oh my god!
Because it's free on iPhone, so I downloaded it.
Dude, it's free on Black Ops 1.
It is, yeah, in the intro.
You gotta.
Yeah. So like I as soon as I booted up, I was like, I'm not doing
my
this.
Black Ops 1 disc again.
I'm not doing Zork. I tried it before, and it's as much as I love it. Like I like the graphical adventure Zork games, not so much the text ones. Yeah. Which is funny because I was listening to the Retronauts episode. And they had the complete opposite opinion from what I had.
I know. Yeah. Weird. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yeah, I gotta wrap that up for Game of the Year stuff.
I'm glad everyone's playing it.
It's good.
It's been a while since we all played the same thing. Or maybe that was, I don't know.
It's just weird how like I just couldn't stop thinking about that first episode because I was gonna wait for Victoria to replay the first one and play through the rest. But I was like,
but now,
fuck it. She didn't want to go through it. Fuck it.
But now, like you can tell even more so after playing it how that game was a standalone before being a part of it.
Yeah.
I was kind of bummed too because I was kind of like you when I saw that ending. I was just like,
is it really?
I mean,
but after,
then you think about it, it's like no, it's actually kind of cool. It's unique the way the way they pull everything together. It's not like a stereotypical horror type story.
At least you had an ending to a game.
That too.
Stay tuned.
Let's just say I really hope there's more untold stories, or a story like I said before. Like
it'd be cool. I can see them doing a real Twilight Zone thing with this. Like
I really hope they do that.
I think that's what they were going for, judging by the intro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could even just like have the story just like not correlate one another, just like do like another like season of episodes. I think that'd be really cool.
I think
if they're all standalone episodes, I would totally like that. Like they don't have to be tied together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's good. I like it.
Just
definitely good little narrative.
Work on the first person walking around.
Oh my god.
It wasn't that bad.
It was bad. It was bad for my computer.
It was bad that you were running at 15 frames a second, but
okay, well I was running the complete opposite. I was PC Master Race, golden locks of hair, like breezing with 3 million FPS. That FPS controller, man, holy shit.
I was at 30 frames for walking around.
So that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah. It's weird that I run PUBG better than that game, which is
that doesn't make
weird.
All right.
I've had that. Yeah, there's weird.
Maybe it's an engine thing then, because that's Unity.
Because I mean, when I booted up for the first time that one night, and I was on the Mac side, and I was like, "What the?
It is not well optimized.
I have a 2016 15-inch MacBook Pro. I mean, like, granted, it's not like the highest of highs, but that is a good SKU inside of there that should be able to run Stories Untold. It runs PUBG. Like
that's weird.
Yeah, well, that's the weird thing too. Is like
Well, it was on the
Most
Mac side though. That was the thing. I just
No,
don't think
but-
it was well optimized.
But most times for me, like if I'm on the Windows side, I have a bad time. I got to go back to the Mac side and play the Mac, like Hollow
Oxenfree.
Knight, Oxenfree. Yeah, all of them. Like they
Yeah, I
struggled
don't-
on the Windows side. When I come back to the Mac version, I'm like, oh, it's fine. It runs okay. This I tried running on Mac and it was like, Yep.
It's
Yeah, like-
shit.
I don't know. When it came to walking around, I had trouble, but the rest of the game was fine. But yet, I can run Dead Space highest quality, 60 frames,
it's weird.
no problem.
I wonder if they, they just weird optimization.
It is weird.
What else you get into this week?
Did a little more PUBG. Apparently, okay.
I heard some things about those.
So I'm in PUBG now. This is
Ah.
the week
Yeah,
I play the
buddy.
most
Yeah,
PUBG.
buddy.
I probably played about 10 matches since coming back.
How much
from
money you
Nashville.
make? How much money you make off of that?
I'm up to 62 cents right
Nice.
now. But
Nice.
I got two things on the market. I got another crate.
Nice.
No, sorry, I don't have a crate. I opened the crate but I know my lesson now. A 2-cent hat is on the market, and
Nice.
those boots, they're still out there.
There's punk boots.
58-cent boots.
Guys, if you guys want some punk ass boots,
Nice.
58 cents
Nice.
on the Steam Marketplace, all yours. Come
That's
search
how you
for
do
me.
it, man. That's how you do it. But
Yeah.
yeah, PUBG. So every time they make an update, whatever worked before doesn't work.
Ain't work no more.
I don't know.
Like
Maybe
a lot of games do that.
maybe I lucked out because I didn't even run into this issue, but a lot of people when you kill somebody or you just come up to a dead body and you loot them, or even the inventory system, it's just a transparent window and it'll show like your character and then like it'll have like all your equipment and whatnot. A lot of people when they open up that inventory, the frame rate just like hits like an all-time low.
I think you had talked about that before too, right? That you
No,
had-
this is for
That
maybe
was
you.
me. That was
Yeah.
me.
That-
That was
yeah,
the
yeah,
reason
yeah.
why I was unable to play it, because the character render would drop my frames and
Mhm.
I would just be in the inventory screen for 5 seconds. And sometimes you don't want to be in that screen for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But there's an option to turn off the character render.
There's like a silhouette, right?
yeah, it's just
Yeah,
silhouette.
yeah.
So ever since I've done that, I was able to run at like 30, but I guess the last couple updates, they've optimized a couple things in the background, and now I'm running somewhere between 40 and 45, which is actually very
Oh, it's
playable.
gotten better. It's gotten
It's
better.
very playable
Definitely.
for me, so that's why I started finally hopping into it a lot more this week. It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot. It's
I didn't
great.
run into that issue though, with the drop frames.
I
and the
didn't run
inventory
into it.
screen.
A couple of my friends did. JP, he has a 1060, and he ran into it. I mean, 1060, it's not the $5 million graphics card, but it's still awesome.
The drill.
Frames in real life are slowing down.
Yeah.
That's what that
Jesus
is.
Christ.
Is this like every day too? Like they're just building? Yeah. I wonder what they're building.
A bar.
Are they just rebuilding
a
like
bar
the
to
whole
invite
house?
us
I
over?
think I don't know, man.
Coffins.
Like I was
Ooh.
taking a shower and it sounded like he was. He was next to me. If you think about it, but like
Yeah.
it.
Ear to wall. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. Just
That's insane.
it's all day every weekend, and most weeknights.
That's gonna be temporary though.
I
Once
know,
they move
I
in, they
know.
might be the nicest people in the world. You gotta give
I don't
them
think
the
he's
benefit of the
moving
doubt.
in. I think he's flipping it.
Oh.
Oh, well
okay.
then that's fine.
Because usually, if you buy the place, you're like, well, maybe not. I didn't do this because I hate people, but like usually, like, hey, we're Jerry and Sam.
I don't plan on doing that.
We're gonna knock
You
out
do or
this
you don't?
wall
I don't
between
plan on
the
doing that.
kitchen
Yeah,
and the
no.
living room to get a more open concept.
Yeah, no, I didn't introduce myself. It's like people talk to me, and I was like, hi, this is my face.
If I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna hold like a bloody like butcher knife and be like, "Oh hey, what's up, neighbor?" and just like have like
Happy to be here.
Not
Whoever-
even that. You're just like you're tossing out trash, but it's like an arm. It's like,
I don't
prosthetic
know.
arm.
I mean,
Howdy, neighbor.
when I leave, and like every time I leave and enter my house now, I've headphones in and my hood up. I don't know what the fuck's going on around me. I don't know if anyone's talking to me. I don't want to talk to you. Just leave me alone.
edgy.
I know.
Too edgy.
Bitchin', some would
Yeah.
say.
See, you get it.
But yeah, PUBG. I also found out that all of the assets in the game are just the standard Unreal built-in assets.
Fair enough.
I didn't know that. I thought it was kind of
They
interesting.
didn't make anything.
Maybe they made a couple of things, but it's
Weird.
like the character models and like a lot of the gun models and stuff.
Does
are
Unreal
just-
have a store like
They do.
Unity does? Is that where these came from, or is this just?
I don't know if it's either that's where it came from or they were already built inside. I've never used Unreal,
Oh yeah.
so I don't know if they were already built inside of it or like because Unity they have that store and then there's like a lot of like the really famous ones that a lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah,
buy for like I mean they're good models and whatnot.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting.
That's weird.
But yeah, still tough as nails. Apparently they're still chunking away at it, and it's still going to be a full release by December.
So they say, how's the cheating going?
A lot better.
Yeah?
A lot better. Yeah. Like I said, the one time when I played, it was when we played the 10 matches, it was like a good 8 of them were just
That's fucked.
hacking.
That sucks.
Yeah. But now it's like maybe they're really good at hiding them. But I mean, before when it was hackers, they would just have like the jumbled names, and you don't really see that anymore.
Oh,
you see like
right.
legit accounts.
Yeah, that's cool.
But then I did see the screenshot. It was like someone took a screenshot of the PUBG forums, and it was all in like Chinese, whatever like language it was.
Yeah.
And then someone in the subreddit was like, "Oh, I read Chinese. These are all advertisements for cheats."
Oh, dope.
So-
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, they're not completely.
Out.
It's
there.
out.
never going to be
Yeah, it's
completely
ne-
out,
yeah,
but
it's
if
never,
you just
yeah.
like limit it as much as you
Mhm.
can, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not out yet, so it's still kind of hard to hold judgment on it. But I mean,
I don't think that game's going to play any different at the full
It's
release
not.
besides vaulting, probably, because that's in the test servers now, I've heard.
Mhm.
I haven't played it. And that UI won't be, or that main menu won't be a web page anymore. It'll probably be built into the game.
yeah. It is a web page right now.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. But yeah, because I was this shirt I'm wearing, Drug Church.
Yeah.
The band, like we played PUBG with a couple of them,
Oh, cool.
and I didn't try out the vaulting yet, but he did. He was like a drummer for him,
Yeah.
and he was like, "No, the vaulting is legit."
Yeah, I heard some
It
really, really
works.
good things. Like, it's not just like, hey, I can jump over this stupid
Yeah.
fucking fence. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, I can actually climb over shit now.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool.
And he said it like works.
Yeah.
Like, we were expecting like you press spacebar and your person just
The camera just kind of
Yeah.
shifts.
You ever seen
Yeah.
Arma do like a flip over the fence?
Oh,
how
yeah.
like it cuts
Oh,
off
yeah.
made animation
Oh, yeah.
and then like you're on the other side of the
Yeah.
fence? Yeah, I was expecting that too.
Yeah, I did a lot of DayZ, and that's a whole other
Yeah.
that's a whole other story. But yeah, and then after that we played some Dead by Daylight.
What is that?
Ah,
You said that.
I did.
But I don't know
I
that.
think that was the first episode I recorded with you guys, and I was still playing it, and then I kind of just stopped playing it.
Is
Yeah,
that another,
I
like...
played very little of it.
It's like the Friday
one
the
day.
13th, but with the other original
Oh, got it,
monsters.
got it.
No,
Some
there's
license.
a lot of hard
some
games now
license.
to have like the word light in it, and it gets confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Dying Light, Dead
Yeah.
Light, Nar Light,
Yeah.
Dead Killed,
Narkill.
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn.
yeah, see?
See, now I'm fucked up. It's like, anyway,
Yeah, so tell me about Tomorrow's Night.
it's okay. If there's a game to play at a LAN party, which I kind of hate calling it that, just whatever, a
they didn't
LAN
do-
party,
Yeah.
it would be that game.
Yeah?
Like, legit, all of us, well, JP, because he doesn't drink anymore, but all of us were like drinking. It's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and we're playing PUBG, and we have like, CKY just blaring in the
Yes.
background.
Yeah.
And that is one game you need to play with headphones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
'Cause of the
if you
music.
don't, like, so when a monster gets by you in Day by Daylight, you hear like a heartbeat sound. Like, I think 1 or 2 monsters, they have it so you don't hear it.
Yeah. But
And one of the monsters, it's a monster like that. You don't hear the heartbeat, and then all you see, because he'll like go invisible, like kind of like Predator, and then he'll just
Oh, yeah.
reappear, and he'll be like right in front of you and just
Damn.
chop you. Yeah,
Nice.
he's tough as nails. But yeah, you need sound in that game, straight up. Because if you
Huh.
don't, you will. It's all sound driven, like straight up.
Do you only play on the Michael Myers map?
Yeah, we did.
It's the
yeah.
smallest one.
Yeah, it's
so
a small. It's cool, but it's really fucking small.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, CKY blaring in the background, a bunch of drunk dudes screaming.
That's
Like,
pretty dope.
It's really fucking fun.
I feel like that has to be difficult for the team to like communicate with each other when you have a killer that's also listening.
It is like, well, at first it was because it was 4 of us, and the one guy, Scott, he just likes playing as the killer because I don't like playing as the killer. I
Yeah.
like being the dude that just runs away. So
Wait
He-
for everyone to die for the hatch to open.
Yeah.
and then
So he had like these noise canceling headphones, which didn't help because we're all drunk and screaming. But
Yeah.
like even after, like, he's really good at fucking being a monster too. Like, he demolished us. So eventually his brother got on, but his brother was him. So his brother was the monster, and then we were all the runners
That's
in the
kinda
room.
cool.
Yeah. So that was probably the best part because like you didn't have to do in-game chat, and we're all like right there, so we could.
yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Haven't you said you played it?
I played on PS4,
Okay.
and I played very little though. But from what I played, I do like it. I just think maybe it's just the PS4 version. I'm not sure, but just like a lot of the menus, like little things, they like. I feel like it's spread out too much.
The menus?
Yeah, so it's like the 2 different modes for a survivor and the 2 different modes for a killer. I feel like they could just be bundled into each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because it does shift.
Yeah, and then like, and I don't know. I guess like the UI for like between like loading your survivor and then like when you're done a match, it's like you could be remaining running on that screen after you finish the whole time looking at all your results, but your friends already left and you have to like regroup again.
Yeah. That part's definitely frustrating.
You don't stay as a party.
Yeah.
Every time. No, it's just little things. But like, other than that, I enjoy it. I actually like being a survivors in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Probably more than Friday the 13th because like just maneuverability, you feel like you can actually move and run, and I love serpentining away from a killer.
Yeah.
Because they're first person, so like they can't really see much. So you're just like throwing like planks and crap in the way, and they can't get to it.
And then
like,
Michael Myers map, you can like the best way to get away from him is you run upstairs and then you jump out the window because they can't jump out of the window.
Though I do hate how fast Michael Myers is.
Oh God, yeah.
He's like
brutal.
He's like every like one step is like 10 feet.
Yeah.
Because it made him like walk so fast. But like it's really good. I do like it for what it is. I'm not sure if it's like. If that's a game that's continuously being like worked on or like updated or whatever.
It is. Since I had last played it, I think they added 2 other monsters. They added Freddy Krueger, and then they added this like this girl butcher kind of thing, and she was pretty tough because like
is she the one who sings?
I don't think so. I don't know because I could.
Does she have a bunny rabbit head?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, she sings. She
is that what it is?
She hums when she's near you.
Oh fuck.
And it's always the same song. She's huge, like she's stacked.
Yeah. Well, I thought because there's like a butcher type person in that game, and I thought it was him, but no, it was her. And she has the ability, like she's slow, but she has like this throwing axe, and it's like a one hit knockout.
Oh, that's cool.
So even if you're like running away from here, you just axe to the head.
You can't outrun any of them.
Yeah,
like they tell you that. Like don't try. If you see a red light on you, they're on your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do to fight it?
Like you have to serpentine. You have to cut corners and like get out of there, like get into their blind spots. Cause
or like knock shit down. Yeah. Like I said earlier, like you can jump or like vault over windows, and they can't.
Oh, okay.
But they can drop down from heights.
Yeah.
Because that's what. Like so, my friend tried hiding, and that lady went upstairs into the center house. I guess I'm not sure if it was her map. It was like a swampy looking.
Yeah, I know that map.
He was hiding down, and then like he thought he like tricked her. And she just jumped down and got him vertical right in the head.
A lot of like that.
Like it made us jump because we didn't see it coming.
And you can also like hide in like lockers or sheds and stuff too. But like if you hide in a locker and they open the locker, you're fucked. Like you can't run away.
Yeah. I was like in the infirmary or something, and I was trying to start up this engine, and she kept chasing me. But every time like I would like go around because there'd be like that little front office desk. So that always that always be between us, and every time she couldn't get to me, I keep like teabagging to like taunt her, run, try to start the engine, teabag, keep running.
Yeah, it's a brutal map. Yeah, the game's a lot of fun. It really is one of those games you can't play it by yourself. You either have friends on Discord or in real life, or you just don't bother playing it.
It's cool. You don't need that many either. Like Friday, you need like 8 if you want like a good thing going, and for that you need like 5.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because we were about to buy Friday the 13th.
I mean, Friday keeps updating, and it's like it's getting better.
That's Steam, right?
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Physical copies came out just recently.
But we were we were about to buy it because we were just like texting each other, and we are like kind of just want to. At first, it was like we all wanted to actually play Battlefront, but then rip. So
more on that later.
Yeah. So and then my friend Jeff was like, "Well, I kind of want to play Friday the 13th." I'm like, "Dude." Let's fucking do it, man. End of the year, let's just spend a bunch of fucking dumb money on Steam.
They added smaller maps to that too.
Yeah,
so that gives Jason more of an advantage.
Sweet,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play that eventually. Maybe buy it during a sale, whatnot, and then kind of compare the two. Because I hate comparing games, but I feel like those two games are
they definitely are different. Yeah, it's weird. It's like you can bundle them together on like the same genre, but when you play them, it's so vastly different.
Yeah.
That's a thing though, because like whenever, especially like the movie monsters, like
I will say
Michael Myers,
Friday the 13th is definitely I feel like it's more true and dedicated to its franchise.
Yeah.
As to Dead by Daylight just borrowing some people and whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
just
still,
buying
IP
or whatever.
It's still nice, like paying that homage or whatever you want to call it to them, but It's just cool just seeing like the little details and getting everything right like that. Kind of like with like Hyrule Warriors or something, where it's just like
So much fan service.
like the subtleties that you would just notice if you're like a hardcore fan. So it's
Damn. I feel like Friday the 13th would be a lot more, not even hardcore, but because Dead by Daylight, like you don't even have to read about it. If you start it up and then someone says, all you gotta do is start up the generators, and then you kind of just know how to play immediately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this one you have like multiple ways of
Yeah.
trying to escape, and
Right. Yeah.
and like if you want to really challenge yourself is to like kill Jason.
See, yeah, I didn't know you can kill Jason. That's cool.
It's a whole process, and apparently there's a level cap I was not aware of, and it's getting raised. Currently, it's over 100.
Oh.
And it's going past 150 soon.
Where are you
Jesus.
at? You've been playing a bunch, so
Not as much as my friends.
Yeah.
I'm like maybe 20 something.
all right.
So wait, are you saying you level up Jason?
Jason and the counselors.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So what happens when you level up?
You get like different like perks and
Okay.
all that.
That's what Dead by Daylight does too. You get like perks and shit.
Yeah, but like I think with Dead by Daylight isn't like a ranking system, and like every month it like refreshes.
Yeah,
and you have to start over.
when I started it up,
This
it said
doesn't.
my ranking's gonna restart because
Yeah.
of new server or whatever.
No, this
Yeah.
stays.
Okay.
And like you get like, different like outfits and like colors for your like for your survivors, so, like for the counselors, and like you can roll to get different perks and equip each character with like,
Okay.
3 perks. So you can start like maybe you want to start with a map and a walkie-talkie, so you don't have to find that right away or something. And for Jason, you get like different kills, and I'm not sure what much changes with Jason because like, your stats don't really change. So I don't know. I think that's the difference. I think Dead by Daylight, I think your stats can change. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really played it too much, but I mean, I like it.
No,
And
yeah,
then-
it's fun.
After that, we played Counter-Strike, and then I was like, this is why I stopped playing Counter-Strike.
I saw you playing it,
Yeah.
and now I'm convinced that come winter sale, no matter what the price is, I'm buying it.
Which
I
one?
thought you already had it.
Mm-mm.
Oh, you did?
Go.
Go.
You
Well,
mean
if you
like
buy it, I'll play big time.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the winter sale.
which Counter-Strike?
Go.
I have that.
Yeah.
Can I run that?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
run it.
you can run
You
that.
should be able to. I mean,
It-
Source is pretty easy to run. I
Yeah, it's
feel.
the same engine as it's Source.
My
but they just modified it a little
2007
bit.
MacBook ran
All right.
Half-Life 2 just fine, so you should be able to run Go. All right.
Yeah, like Counter-Strike's fun with friends.
Let's do
It's
it.
the only way I play it.
Do it, dude.
I'm in.
Seriously. Like, I don't do the whole like competitive mode shit. Like I'll strictly just play deathmatch or gun game.
Well,
We'll
like
get
you
there.
know what I mean?
We'll
Yeah.
get there.
Okay.
My favorite map is that snowy one with the office.
We were
buildings,
playing that
whatever.
one, yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
one.
But like you mentioned last week, the fucking you jump in, you're like, all right, let's have fun, and some guy's like, hey, what are you doing? We gotta
Yeah,
Like-
it's like it's casual mode.
yeah,
Christ,
settle the
dude.
fuck down.
It's gonna
I'm
be
4
me.
beers deep, man. I'm not trying to do routines now, man.
It's gonna,
no.
it's gonna
Shit.
be me.
I mean,
Give me a
it's gonna
be
goddamn
me.
gun.
Sorry.
I mean, if you get enough of us and we have someone like that on our team, just fuck with them the whole time.
It's gonna be me. You're gonna be fucking
No,
with me.
no, that's fine. Like I'll play that way, but when I want to play
I'll just crouch and
deathmatch
stare.
at 10:30 on a Friday
just
night,
deathmatch.
yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
know what I
Oh,
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't want to do that whole spiel. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If I want to do competitive, I'll play competitive. That's fine. But
Yeah.
keep it competitive. Keep it
right.
over there. You know?
Guys, also there's a free game on Steam. I don't know if you heard of it. It's called Dota 2. We should all play that too.
No, tried it. No thanks. Good.
We ran a bad lane. You let one game. One game.
It's not about a game.
We ran a bad hero lane.
I played
I'm
it.
much better now.
I understand how it works.
I can run one hell of a mid with a sniper.
I do
Matt,
not have.
if I played it with you, that would only make us more distant because you would hate me because I am not
Yeah,
good at that game.
I'm not good
Sorry.
at it.
I'm not
And
good at that game.
it's
It's stress you
75.
don't
I'm
fucking-
good with one hero now. I can carry the weight in the lane.
75 minutes. Have you tried that Turbo Dota?
No, not yet.
Really?
I'm trying my best because I'm itching.
Yeah.
I'm itching to get back into it. But I'm waiting until like all of our Game of the Year stuff is done because once I go back in that hole, I'm never coming back out.
Oh.
That trench known as Dota.
Bless you.
Round
Again.
bless you.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Dota.
Get down with the sick.
But that's
Yeah.
it's funny you brought up Dota because
No, it's
my
not.
friend Jeff was even like, "You guys want to play Dota?" I'm like,
Hell yeah,
No,
dude. He's
no.
been like, hell
"Nah,
yeah.
I can't."
Slayer.
No, like maybe when you guys played, I don't know, whatever you guys playing Dota or whatever.
I tried it when he was all excited.
Yeah,
about
I
it.
played it way before, like years ago.
So I don't know if I talked about this before, but my friends they're really into Heroes.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Swarm,
yeah.
And they even do a little bit of League of Legends now.
I do play Heroes a little bit.
So apparently Heroes of the Storm's the easier one to get into.
It's definitely the most casual out of all of them. It's less stressful.
But
that's why I like it.
When I played it, it was nothing but stress and confusion for me. Like
that's what your first 25 hours are going to be in these games.
I will say for Heroes, it does depend on the map because each map has like its own like sub missions you can do.
Each map, it's like a whole different game almost.
Yeah, like if you're playing like a Diablo one, that sucks because you have to go underneath and like fight little mini bosses to like gain control of the map or whatever.
That sounds cool.
It's cool in concept, but when you're fighting against like AI or actual people, like it gets shitty. And like I like the StarCraft map personally.
I think that's what my problem with it is because each time we would play, I would even be over there next to everybody, and I'm sitting there like kind of just clicking around, pretend like I know what I'm doing.
I don't typically care for the sub games of that stuff. I just want to kill people and try to take over like the end of it.
Okay, yeah, I don't. So I have to do at least 25 hours of it, is what you're saying?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Shit.
I think with that game, I like finding the character too. Like that matters.
Oh yeah,
because they all have different play styles.
Jesus Christ, how many fucking characters in that game?
A lot. I'm good with one though. One, and if you counterpick me, I'm fucked.
Actually, no, I do like playing as Diablo in Heroes.
Yeah,
I never played
picked
Heroes.
I picked what's his face? Oh god, what's his name? The main dude from StarCraft.
Oh, I don't even know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure if you know what I'm
It's
talking
free
about.
now, though. We can find out.
He's a Space Marine with like black suit and has like a skull on his,
I know
on
what
his
it is.
helmet.
I know what it is.
Yeah. I forget his name right now.
I don't know, but we can find out for free.
Yeah.
Doom guy.
I wish he was in it.
I know, that'd be cool.
Oh my god.
This fucking guy. I mean,
Excuse
I'm just waiting for a screw to like, pop out the other side of the wall.
It's really
that's what I was waiting for in the shower the other day. Is like just.
All right.
Is
Somebody's phone has to turn off vibrate.
My bad, guys.
Do not disturb, guy.
Turn off that engage.
Oh fuck.
Sorry, I know we didn't have
Why'd
band
you-
practice last week. I'm sorry, guys. Tuesday we're having band practice. I'll hit you all up.
Why would we even bring it back up? We were through this.
We weren't.
I was really
Because
convinced.
we went to the retro store the other day,
know.
and I went in there, and I was like,
They have it?
I looked.
No.
Trust me.
I'm like,
I
yo,
looked.
let's go.
Wait, what retro store?
The one
The
up in
flea market.
Yeah, flea
Joppa.
market.
Gamer's Paradise.
Oh, really?
We were like, we were like, let's go look at some video games. We walk in, Matt's like, yo, where's your end game?
Yo, fucking.
Yeah, like, get the fuck out. What are you doing? Like, I'm up there looking for some real shit, like that Wu-Tang game, PS1.
Oh, real shit.
Yeah, Matt's like, y'all got N-Gage? Like, no, we don't. We don't have that.
Did they have the Wu-Tang controller?
They did. Yeah, I bought 3 now.
Actually, it's funny you brought that up because the whole retro game store thing.
Yeah.
Because I want to get Silent Hill 2 on PS2, the Greatest Hits edition.
Okay.
I didn't really look at PS2 though.
Is there like
I
a
was-
difference?
Oh, no,
between
that
the
was
two?
the one that we never mind.
There's a difference because I had Silent Hill 2, like the original black
Yeah,
PlayStation 2 label. When it came to Xbox, it was called Restless Dreams, and there was a whole extra mission. It was the DLC basically,
Yeah.
but at the time it was only on Xbox.
Huh.
And they re-released it on PS2 as the greatest hit. Like eventually.
Yeah.
Once it sold like 1 million units or whatever.
Yeah. But the thing was, it was the greatest hits version, but that's the most rarest version to find. So when I went to like said stores or even like online retro stores, it was $150.
They're not gonna have that.
They're not
there.
gonna have it like in
Yeah.
that kind of way.
So was the
Like,
game Rule of Rose.
Yeah,
My
that
friend
one
has
too.
that.
Yeah.
yeah, the place we went, like what they end up doing is like
It's just a flea market stand, or
it is, but like when someone
gotta-
trades something, like they've been doing it long enough that they kind of know what's hot and what's not.
okay.
And anything they get in, they're unsure of. I've seen them just jump right on eBay and go, "What's it averaging for? All right, let's just do that plus $5 or minus $5, or whatever."
Okay.
Some of the prices
Like,
seem a little okay.
some of them are
though.
off.
Like, cause GameStop, for example, like any used DS games they sell for normal price basically,
Mhm.
Yeah,
because you can't find them new anymore. So they sell them for new basically.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah.
So like any
True.
Pokemon games or Zelda games are like $40.
Yeah, especially Nintendo.
Right, but
Nintendo
that
ones.
store seems to sell them for a more fair price,
Okay.
and I'm like, all right,
That-
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but then like
But some other games, it's like, all right, what are you doing?
yeah, some of it's like
like Legend of Dragon, come on, like
yeah.
I think you can download it now.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
Actually, when the Night Trap re-release came out, someone had posted it that there was like a retro game store selling the collector's edition for $100,
Fuck.
and I even commented, I'm like, that's absurd.
Yeah.
And then someone else was even like, well, it's a store and they gotta do. It's like, you don't charge $50 extra for you do like maybe you increase it whatever, but not by that much. Like that's too much.
Yeah, I made the right choice. I think I got Need for Speed Underground.
I know. I saw the stack of PS2 games over there.
A lot of them I dug out.
Did you the first one?
Yeah.
Did you play the second one?
I did.
For some reason, I remember the second one more. For some reason, like I have more fond memories with that one.
I don't know.
It had like a cool remix of Riders of the Storm.
Well, this one
Riders on the Stump.
It was like
one
a
had
hip-hop remix.
This didn't have a remix, but it had the original version of "Get Low" by
Oh,
Lil
yeah!
Jon.
Oh, God.
Well, not the original, the radio edit.
Right.
Boo.
What's that game rated? Is it mature or T?
It's
If there's only one way we could find out.
Who released that game?
it might not even be
Oh,
T.
yeah.
Honestly, it should be E.
Is it?
Caught it.
Yeah.
Caught it.
Yeah.
To the window, to the wall.
Damn, you stopped by Blockbuster too?
Yeah. Found those in the attic.
Oh yeah.
I guess those were some things my brother and I never returned. Yeah.
And you're the reason why Blockbuster's not
Or
around
they've
anymore.
actually no, you could buy games. And
Yeah,
that's the only case they had.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Oh, yeah.
That's what, yeah. That's
yeah,
where those came
because
from.
you
Of
and
course.
Sean had the best track record of doing that.
I'm
That's-
also
yeah.
well, I'm also Joe's defense attorney, so
Yeah, see? Mark's on my side. We stared for a while at a lot of things. I was like, should we do this? We walked out, like, of all the things we could buy, like, for a while I had the Castlevania Legacy of whatever for the PS2 one in my hand. I was like, I never played the PS2 ones. This was directed by Ega. I wonder what the 3D ones are like. Now I'm going to go with Need for Speed Underground.
Of course.
And then we found I had a fucking save still on there.
Oh, yeah. That was exciting.
Oh really?
I got
Those
my
are,
memory
like-
card.
That was actually the Need for Speed game I really enjoyed. Ironically,
Yeah, they
because
were.
I don't really play many like those kind of games.
They're like, I miss good dumb. Like, it still felt good playing
Yeah.
it. Like,
But the customizing was really fun.
That actually
the
looked
custom-
good and ran pretty well, too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Like,
didn't-
no frame dips or anything
What'd you
like
run
that.
on that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Using the original hardware and everything.
Sweet.
It's fun. I miss that kind of shit. I ended up buying Ridge Racer 4
It's Ridge Racer.
also. Yeah.
Remember that?
Ridge Racer. I just watched that whole press conference again the other day when I was.
Jesus
That's-
Christ.
I don't know what you guys do.
Is that why the group chat is named?
Kaz I don't give a fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
Yeah,
who
yeah.
is Kaz? I looked. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Because that's I don't know what you guys do when you're sick, but I watch old E3 press conferences.
Well, I sent a video the other day of
Yeah.
the dude from Giant Bomb on like Good Morning
Yeah,
America
I-
showcasing
Yeah,
the
yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
So I watched similar shit as well.
I
Yeah,
just watch commercials for games
That
that too.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
more than anything. Like I have like a lot of Metroid ones saved in my like
Sweet.
YouTube's favorites
That's
list.
so good.
Cause I like the live action stuff.
Giant Bomb's got a whole series where they run through old demo discs. I watched a bunch of
man.
those.
Demo discs.
Some old PlayStation Underground shit. Like,
If you can find a demo disc of Dot Hack, like the first Dot Hack,
yeah.
you got yourself like a good like 5-hour game.
Oh, right. Cause,
Damn,
yeah,
really?
if you play-
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Damn.
long. I mean, I'm not sure if it's that long, but like it's long, and I know it's over an hour.
Good stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah, we'll have to go to that game. You never been up there?
Mm-mm.
It's worth a good trip.
Yeah,
I'm going to see if they got Prey on 360 because I really want
I'm
to get
sure
Prey
they do.
now on 360.
I feel like they would.
I didn't really look at 360.
Because I feel like that's not a hard game to really acquire.
It's not. It's just when I saw it at GameStop, it didn't have the case. I was like, if I'm paying
Mm,
fucking this,
yeah.
I might as well get the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you play anything else?
No, I didn't actually. Oh, New Vegas. I think I hit that peak.
Are you done?
When I'm just like, I play it, and then sometimes it's more of a chore than playing.
Was it last night I saw you log in at like 1 o'clock?
Last night?
Well, there was 2 nights ago.
Maybe 2 nights. Yeah, because I was playing the same night as I played Stories Untold. Like, I popped on there for a little
okay.
bit, did that, and I'm just... I don't know, maybe it's because I'm doing another DLC mission, and the level design, it's supposed to be like this destroyed city, but I don't know, maybe it's just coming from that other DLC and, like, having that fucking awesomeness of that into this one. This one's just more of like a, go here, all right, now go here,
Yeah.
now go here. And that other DLC was kind of like open world. So, I don't know. I'm going to try to just breeze through this and hopefully get that kick again.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Marc?
that's it for me.
Mark, what you been playing?
I went back into Digimon Story.
That's
'Cause-
the iOS one?
No, for PS4, Cyber Sleuth.
Oh, Cyber Sleuth. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I remember when
That's
I first
one.
brought that up, I didn't put much into it. Maybe like an hour. This time I put like 6 hours into it,
Yeah.
and I'm only on like chapter, like 4 or 5 out of 20.
Hmm.
So I was like, this is gonna be a lengthy game.
So this is more remind me on
It's
the-
it's just more like a typical like JRPG, like turn-based combat. You know, you have like a 3-man party. While you could have, I didn't realize you could have like 12 Digimon on reserve that you can switch at any time while fighting.
That's kind of cool.
So they really want you to like grind and like repeat the process of like evolving and getting better moves and better stats and everything.
How would you stack this in terms of JRPGs or?
It doesn't do anything too astounding as far as JRPGs go. Like,
Well, so
it's nothing like Persona.
Is there anything
But-
about this that you're like, oh, if people have played this, then they might like this?
I think it's the best representation of a Digimon game in my opinion, because a lot of them are like take care of this monster, and it's more of like a Tamagotchi side of it,
Yeah.
while like trying to make it more of like a fully fleshed out game, and that can work for some people, but for me, I just like to like, I don't want to have to worry about the health of my Digimon the entire time I'm walking around.
Yeah.
I just want them to just fight. And
Yeah,
that's what this focuses on, because like your character has more of a narrative, and like your body is like in a coma because of some virus, so
Damn.
like your digital version of yourself can travel between the like digital world and the internet's like main like, I don't know what to call it, like infrastructure that everybody uses
Yeah.
to like do everything. You can travel between that and the real world. So you're able to like solve a lot of cases that Digimon happen to be behind that are affecting the world. It has like a Mega Man Battle Network feel. So a lot of viruses affect people in the real world because they get into the machines and
Then come out to.
it's like they could mess with like an AC unit and have the whole place freezing, and you have to go inside of the AC unit's mainframe to fight the Digimon that's affecting that.
That's really cool.
So a lot of it reminded me of Mega Man Battle Network, because you have to like hook in your little Mega Man into like a said object, that because everything is connected.
Right,
Everything's
right.
interconnected now. Everything's like online, and
Huh.
somehow the digital world where Digimon exist got mixed into that for some reason. So
That's pretty cool.
because we're able to have that, they're able to exist with us at the same time. Then they kind of got lost, and some got stuck in like our world, like ghosts or something.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
So yeah, it's a lot of that going on, and they're making a sequel that's like next year that expands on this story. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Was it always like a darker kind? Because that's like a dark story kind of going on there.
There are some elements where it is a little darker. Like there was one that dealt with like this like dead ghost girl that dealt with like an urban legend where like she would recite this poem and people would like get like hypnotized or whatever to like walk into the middle of traffic, and
Damn.
because that's how she died. 'Cause she got hit by a car or something. But
That's
they played
fucking
off
wild.
like, but the way they played off, like it's not creepy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they
yeah.
try to be creepy, but it's so like subtle
And light.
that
and,
like
yeah.
if you don't think about it, it won't bother you. But if you're like me and you just deep think everything, it's like, why did they do this? Why is this in this game? Why did they think this was okay?
That's
So,
crazy, man.
Yeah, like Digimon's kind of always had that. You just have to look for it. It's like on
Yeah.
a surface level. It's hard to see
Okay.
that because it's just monsters,
Yeah.
collect them, be the best or whatever, and it like Pokemon comparisons
Yeah.
and whatever.
But I like this game.
Um,
I've never had anything to do with Digimon before.
I think you could find something out of it. Like I think you would take something from it. I think you enjoyed Persona, right?
I did, and then it became like too much for me. Just where like I was like, I don't have time for this. But that whole idea.
But it's just like a diet version of that, basically.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
'cause,
it's not as twisted or as heavy, I feel,
yeah,
or at least from what I've been playing.
sure.
But if you just want something, there's not much thought involved unless you're trying to like get the best stats with everything and grind and be really hardcore about it. I'm not really trying to do that.
Yeah,
I just want to get through it. But yeah, that was pretty fun. I'm glad I invested more into that.
That's cool.
I touched a little on that Until Dawn VR game, the Rush of
Oh,
Blood
yeah,
or
Rush of
whatever.
Blood, yeah.
But it was free, right?
Yeah.
This month.
Yeah, I think I have to reset up my computer and everything because I don't want to be in a corner anymore.
Yeah.
Because like for
Bless
that kind of
you.
game,
Thank you. Thank you.
I feel like I have to turn around a lot, and when I get to my left, I hit a wall,
Oh.
and I can't really look behind me often. So you don't have to look behind you, but I just like to do that.
Yeah, why not?
And like riding on the roller coaster for some reason, I didn't get like motion sickness, but I was starting to get like that lightheadedness feeling of like as if I were on a roller coaster.
That's really
So like that pit in your stomach happens, You're not moving at all, but your brain is so tricked into thinking that.
My favorite feeling in the world is that pit in your stomach feeling. Like I will intentionally step on the gas. Like I feel like I'm a pretty safe driver as I've gotten a little bit older. When I was younger, not so much, but now pretty whatever. I don't give a shit. If I see a big hill, I am stepping on it because I want that feel.
See, I don't like that anymore. I get like nauseous.
But also with
I
this,
get
like,
so stoked.
you also have to like dodge planks that are coming your way, and sometimes you have to like lean into like a certain
really?
head hole so you don't hit it, or you can just like crouch. So the whole time I'm just like no, head down. But like that's like the closest thing to like Carnival we'll get. I think.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
So it's pretty neat in that aspect.
You'd mentioned in our chat you were gonna charge up your move wands.
Yeah, and I did.
And did you use those for Rush of Blood?
Yeah. I didn't. I thought they were mandatory.
Yeah.
But you can use a DualShock 4. I found out.
Huh.
It's an option. But I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Guns blazing.
Yeah.
Because your guns upgrade too, and you can look at them and everything. It's pretty cool.
So does this game have anything to do with Until Dawn, or is it just like a?
I don't think so. Besides the enemies that come at you, I'm not sure about that exactly because they're not really. At least the ones I've run into, it's very early on. So
Okay.
like they're not really like zombie like. But they're definitely like maniacs running at you that look like clowns.
From what I understand from what that studio Super Massive. From what they're doing, I think they're just trying to build a universe. It's not necessarily that characters might be, or maybe they will be, but like the same way that like fucking I don't know, what was that? They had a cop book, Gotham PD, I think, was it? I don't know. It was an Ed Brubaker Batman comic. Okay. The same way that like it's technically in the Batman universe, but it's like cops that you never meet otherwise, and like Batman shows up once.
Oh, Gotham City Imposters.
No, I don't remember.
So is there going to be another Until Dawn game?
Yeah, they're making one called like the. They now. I'm looking at you.
Until Dawn was pretty fun though. Like,
yeah,
I feel like it got right what Dead Island didn't.
Oh yeah,
and it's definitely more enjoyable co-op, even though you're both are like kind of the same character. But
wait, Until Dawn?
Yeah.
Am I thinking of the right game? PS4?
Yeah.
Until Dawn, what you're thinking of is correct. This is like an on rails roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
So why'd you say Dead Island?
I'm sorry, because I thought you were talking about like the main game Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like that's similar to similar to Dead Island because it's like a first person. You level up and fight zombies and whatnot.
Not Until Dawn, no. Until Dawn is more like Heavy Rain.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
like the movie game.
Sorry. See, remember earlier when I said there's a lot of games with the freaking light?
Yeah.
I messed up this entire time.
I was so confused. I'm like,
entire time. I think I'm thinking of Dying Light.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Gotham Central is the name of that thing I was looking for.
Yeah, sorry, Dying Light.
Yeah, they need to stop making game names like that. I agree, but
the Impatient, Impatient. That's the upcoming. They're doing another game, and it's a VR game set 60 years before the events of Until Dawn, but it's still in that universe they've built.
That's cool.
So the VR game I was playing that's Dying Light, right? Rush of Blood?
No, it's
Until Dawn. It's completely different than the regular.
So I'm playing a franchise I have nothing about. I have the game and never played it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that explains so much. Wow, I am sorry.
No, I'm glad we.
My mind is so like.
And this apparently it's not. It just says it's a direct spin-off from Until Dawn. I don't think it doesn't say it necessarily ties into any of it.
Yeah,
you're talking about maniacs running at you. Like, I did not see one in like the 2/3 of Until Dawn I played.
Okay, sorry. I keep thinking of Dying Light because I feel like this game belongs more in Dying Light.
Got it.
And Dying Light is a good zombie game.
Yeah.
That feels it got everything right that Dead Island did not in terms of like controls and combat and maneuverability.
That sounds right. There we go. The wheels are moving now.
Yes.
On the
Sorry,
podcast.
I get it.
Jeez, I'm bad with names.
It's all right. Happens to the best of us.
The VR is doing well.
So yeah, VR, I'm enjoying it. I don't care as gimmicky as it is. I'm riding it.
Ride that gimmick.
Ride that lightning.
Yeah. Ride the gimmick. Yeah.
I hope it lasts. Honestly, I think it's a step in the right direction.
At least in the, because my job, we're not technically games industry, but we're like simulation, war gaming industry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
VR is like kicking off big time.
Like if I could have one of those little like things that you have to like, it's like that 360 like foot pad thing to run
Virtual
on.
Exomni.
I would totally have that.
Yeah. It's. I even talked to some VR guru at Unite, and she was just like, the stuff we're like dealing with now, this is like the Stone Age of VR. But the way like technology is progressing, and like even in like 3 years, it's gonna be radically different in terms of VR.
I'm excited as fuck for the future.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of neat that like our phones can be utilized to do that too.
AR, yep.
But they're not as great as
Yeah.
Not yet.
actual
Dude,
headset.
but,
Yeah,
like,
not yet.
the future's gonna be fucking dumb.
Do you think? So, do you think Nintendo's gonna do anything VR AR related?
They'll probably run off the Virtual Boy thing.
They
Say yeah.
you beat me to it. I was gonna say they did, but yeah.
Give me a UI first.
Well, see, in a way, they kind of did with the 3DS.
Yeah.
They found a way to use 3D
Yeah,
without using
Oh,
glasses.
those cards. I never use those cards.
Well, no, I mean,
But
just
even
the
just
3D shifter,
3D,
just
yeah.
like having an
Oh,
image
I
pop
didn't-
out at you.
well,
It's just your
Some
eyes.
of us have a
It's immersive.
2DS.
Imagine what they could do with a VR game.
Yeah, Nintendo will do some cool shit when exposed to that market, but I don't think that
They don't want to be the first ones to make mistakes. They want to learn off of others probably and do something different.
And half-ass it or half-bake it.
So what did you need? The UI?
I need a UI, a friends you got a friends list, but I need like a party chat.
You need a
I
good
need
social
actual
side to
like
it.
wireless Bluetooth headphones on this thing. There's a lot,
Hold on, your PlayStation 4 doesn't do wireless Bluetooth headphones.
but my Vita does, and that's on the go.
Your Vita is a portable console or a portable handheld. This is a console that is also portable, kind of.
Fuck you.
As Joe's defense attorney,
How pissed would you be? If,
You played the fifth.
how pissed would you be if you were playing that somewhere and someone was like, "Oh, sick Game Boy"?
I wouldn't even care.
I'm like, this is
I
a
wouldn't
game
care.
man, sir.
Like I'd be like, this is really cool. The Game Boy probably has more features than this at the moment, but it's real cool.
Play anything else, Mark?
Yeah. So we talked on it last week. Actually, played a little bit last week. Hidden My Game by Mom.
Oh, yep, I forgot. Yep.
Ball in.
Sirs, I completed both 1 and 2.
Oh shit!
Me too.
I mean, they're short.
And I have a whole homepage that looks like this
You
right
do.
now.
Yeah.
I eventually deleted all of them because I played, but I didn't beat them. But like I played enough to like, all right, I get it.
Yep.
But those 2 I wanted to complete because I knew it was coming to the Switch, and I wanted to see how they ended. And there are endings to these games.
Yep.
Yeah. I finished the first one.
Yeah, so like, which is, I mean, I think we can talk about it.
Yeah, they're.
Yeah. So like by like the end of it, it's like you're just this like fat ass kid locking himself in his room because mom can't come in because of the last puzzle. You put a bat under the doorknob, so you're stuck in there. And the trick now is to like move the bat and go outside. That's how you beat it.
That's how you beat the game, and then you end up.
But the second one's cuter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the second one, like instead of you being locked in there forever, you grow up to be a father.
Oh, that's
and your
nice.
daughter is trying to find her game, and it's a Switch.
That's
hidden. And
I
then
like that.
and then like you find like the old DS that's like cobwebbed, and you both are playing your games together. That's
So
how it ends.
That's cool.
Got it.
That's
so
cool.
then next year, Hidden
So-
My Game by Dad.
Yeah. They even said that. To be continued?
Um,
Question mark. Hidden by yeah.
Hidden my snacks by mom. That's a good one.
Yeah.
And my brother ate my pudding.
Oh yeah.
That I love that one.
So many bangers.
Matt had me play one when we were at Taco Bell the other day.
Was it Vice Captain?
Yep.
Yes! Vice Captain. Did you play Vice Captain?
Dude, which one's
I
Vice Captain?
think I
think
might
you
have
showed
showed
me
that
it.
one. Where like the soccer guy kicking balls at the lobster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Fucking
Kaiju man.
Jesus Christ. These are good. Again, we talked about this last week. If you have not
They need to put them as a bundle for Switch.
Victoria likes the toast one. The Lady Rose
Toast
Toast Girl?
Yeah.
Endless Runner is pretty good.
Yeah. That was great.
Yeah.
That was like an hour. Both of those games.
Yeah.
Oh,
just-
it, like
I just
every
laid in bed
15
and I was
minutes.
like, "Oh, really? Oh,
It's
that's
good.
funny. That's
15
clever."
minutes.
I got so many people at work playing them. Like, and like I was hearing the music like all week, just
hell
like
yeah.
in the corners of the
The one puzzle really fucked with me. It
the
was
Dragon Ball one.
Like, that one's funny.
Fuck.
But yeah, that
that
one
one
did.
was
no,
tough.
similar.
Yeah.
The guy with the hat and the cups. Because
Which one? There was a couple of them that had
the
in
first
cups.
one. Like, so the guy puts the DS under the cups and
Yep.
he moves them around.
Oh, you have to take off his hat.
And well, there's that, and then but I think he does like another one. And
They get harder.
And there's usually an ad above you when you're playing these games.
Oh yeah.
It masks the ad to look like another one full of pixels, and the
Yeah.
DS is hiding up in the ad. I was
Yep.
like, "You son of a bitch! You
Yep.
creative."
It's they're.
Very clever.
Yeah.
I don't know who
Very
developed
tough.
these. I mean, Hap Incorporated, but who fucking brilliant.
Yeah, I love it.
I love
That
the
was
art.
great.
It's so
Yeah,
like
it's so
basic
simple.
and
They
dumb.
reused all the assets.
Oh, of
in,
course,
all the
yeah.
games. That's
So
such a
good.
genius thing.
It's so good. It's just so stupid and funny. It doesn't take itself seriously, but
That's the kind of stuff I enjoy. Like that's the kind of mobile games that we need more of.
Yeah.
yes,
Agreed.
absolutely.
Because I don't like that mobile's just
Trash.
it's just a stigma for like, hey, this is where money comes in.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's like no, the games can exist.
that's okay. Money's coming into consoles now too. Apparently.
But you know, if you can't play a phone on your game entirely, you can use your phone as a controller for a game.
Oh yeah.
And that leads me into 2 games I played off of the PlayStation's PlayLink games, where you use your phone as a controller. The first one is Knowledge is Power.
Oh,
It's a trivia game,
all right.
and you can like mess with your friends. So like you pick these goofy little cartoon characters, and you just like you all vote on what topic you want them to like go into, and you can. It's always multiple choice answers on your phone, but people can do like Mario Kart like power ups to you to like mess with your answers. So like if you put like an ice ball, like you have to break the ice to get to the answer. So that because it's all about the first person to get it, you get the most points.
Okay.
And like you can get slime that covers and you have to like smear it off, or like if you get like these bomb like things, they like clutter the whole screen. You have to like move them out of the way. And,
Oh, that's cool.
you know, you have to wait for the smoke to disappear after they explode. It's just stuff like that you can mess with your friends to get the answer quicker.
That's wild.
The only thing I don't like about it, like it's fun because like I was in last and I ended up winning, and because the way you screw each other over is really great, and I do enjoy that. But the questions, they're like, I figured it would get harder as you go on. Maybe something like Trivial Pursuit
Or HQ.
or HQ,
Oh, yeah.
and they're just kind of just random. Like one of the later answers was, what famous video game character is an Italian plumber?
Luigi.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
got
but I
it.
was like, are you kidding me? Like, we're playing video games right now. How do you not, like, do you expect people
It was
to
on a
not
Sony
know
console.
this?
It's on a Sony console.
That's true.
Was one of the answers crash?
You know what? Nathan Drake was one.
Nope. See?
Is this free?
No.
I think the way this works is think like Jackbox, where you buy the game and then everybody just kind of dive
Hops
into the
into
phone.
it.
Like, you have to get a dedicated app.
So
for
I'm just
that
on the App
game.
Store looking at it right now.
I think
Yeah.
the App Store you download it for free and you play
Okay.
through that through your phone,
Yeah.
but someone has to.
It's
buy
really
the-
short and fun. If you're doing like a Friday night thing, I think it's good for that.
Yeah, we should look into that next Friday.
So is that what
Pizza Party.
PlayLink is? It's just a bunch of like.
PlayLink
Yep.
is just a way of
Mobile
it's just a way
PS4
of saying
games?
like, hey,
Yeah.
use your phone as a controller for these games.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
now they
cool.
have their own like dedicated thing. And the next one we did was Hidden Agenda.
When I said, "Oh, that's cool," I'm looking at Hidden Agenda right
Yeah.
now, and
What-
it
so what
looks
is that?
cool as shit.
That's by the people who did Heavy Rain. And
What? Really?
yeah, so it's like you and your friends.
We're dead?
No, not yet. Well, it depends on the choices you make. You could.
All right.
You're all following this narrative, and you can vote on how the story unfolds as you go along, and you're basically trying to catch a killer.
Huh.
And that's like the main like co-op mode. There's a competitive mode where each of you secretly have your own actual hidden agendas to try to like get your part to succeed in
Huh.
the game or something.
Weird.
Yeah. Katie Cassidy is one of the main characters.
I don't know what that means.
She's Black Canary on Arrow or whatever.
Hey, you said Heavy Rain
It's by the same people, I think, right?
Until
did
Dawn.
Is
You
it
did
Until
again.
Dawn?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Okay. I shit you not. One of my friends said Heavy Rain, and that's why I said this. This wasn't me anymore. I'm going off of somebody else's.
Yeah, because there's even an Until Dawn companion app from Sony.
Why does
Yeah.
why does Until Dawn have one?
Because
Until Dawn, your companion.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Sorry. It's funny.
Whatever.
Super massive.
Yeah.
Super confusing. But like I don't know, just like that game, like the
It looks really
the
cool.
facial animations are kind of hit and miss. Like the mouth movements, on point. Not many games can pull off good like lip movement. I feel like,
Mhm.
especially with like English words.
Yeah.
Like they do a good job. The eyes, everybody's dead inside. And like the head movement and the body isn't fluent with the mouth. It's very like robotic. So like the head doesn't move much when they talk or anything. It's just
I love that shit. We're gonna miss that shit one day.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
But it was just like a little uncanny valley sometimes.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, there's like little quick time event moments where like you have to like slide your dot to like this little reticle quick enough so they don't like trip over something or mess something up or whatever. There's little parts you have to investigate a room and find like 3 objects within a time limit, and you know that affects the story too and everything.
That's cool.
So yeah, there's different ways you can play that out. It's kind of lengthy, so that's like if you have like a good maybe 2 hours to kill.
Oh yeah. Nice.
But like the game does kind of treat you like you're stupid. Like as soon as you finish it, it'll give you like a previously what happened. I'm like, dude, I was there. Like I know what happened. Don't take this time to explain. But it's fun though. It's stuff. I'm not sure how much replay value it would have, unless you really want to like figure it out, like every single way it could end. But yeah, I mean it's not bad. I do like it for what it is.
It sounds fun.
And
I like
then,
those party kind of games.
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
good.
Mhm.
Jackbox is good shit.
And then I guess I will stop my list there and let Matt go.
No, you can go.
Are you want,
Yeah,
you
take
sure?
the lead. You're
I'm
good.
nervous.
You're good.
All right.
Is this the game you guys were talking about earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Matt mentioned in the chat about a certain game that he played, and he wanted to keep it a secret. And then
Uh-oh.
I looked, and then I was like, right, I remember seeing this
Mhm.
game on Steam, but I completely wrote it off because I did not think it was going to be what it is.
Nope, it's not.
So the game is called Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yeah.
This is pretty much a visual novel that kind of looks like a dating sim in a way.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
But if you look at the genre names that it's labeled under, it says
Psychological horror.
right. But now you think that, and I'm like, all right, why is this really psychological horror, or are people just putting this there just
Yeah.
because memes? Because under the same list of psychological horror games, Bubsy was on there.
Well,
Ah.
that's for the right reasons.
That's yeah.
Right. But you see, but because of that logic, I just dismissed it.
Right. Yeah.
Doki Doki Literature. I'm looking it up on Steam.
I will tell you right now, this has Untold Stories running for its like
I agree.
creep factor. Like this game freaked me out more. Than,
All right, this game is
than,
way too bright.
And
Jesus Christ. It's just so many.
and
Oh, boy.
when it's all said and done, I was left with a bigger impact of what
Dude,
I just went through.
This game messed me up.
Wait, really?
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
The fuck?
Yes.
So like when I read the bio on the Steam page, it was like, hey, this game has some like disturbing things, and it kind of like talks about depression and plays it like takes it seriously,
Yeah.
and you do see that, and like I don't want to spoil this game, but it kind of goes beyond that.
So wait, I'm on the Steam page now. There's 2 different Steam pages. There's a Literature Club fan pack.
The fan pack is just you buying like you get like the soundtrack and art basically.
Oh, so it's a free game.
It's a free game.
Yeah.
But I bought the fan pack after playing because I
Okay.
think they deserve the
Because
money.
worth
Yeah,
it.
I meant to go double back to their website because you can donate money right to them through the website.
Yeah.
I was gonna throw them like
no,
5 or 10
no,
bucks.
here's the thing. After playing 999 and Virtue's Last Reward, those type of visual novels, I do look up a guide because I want to get everything
Yeah.
right. Like in the first, I don't want to like go back.
What'd you play? You played it on Steam?
Yeah,
Okay.
and there's a certain order I thought you would have to do maybe. So I looked up this guide online. Playing this guide while playing it trolled me. It's a fake guide.
Oh, that's great.
So this game,
That's cool.
This game had an even more heavier impact on me because of that layer added to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
This game doesn't even have screenshots. It's crazy.
It's for the best.
it's seriously, it's
mean,
for
that's
the
what I'm
best.
The
saying.
less
probably-
you know,
yeah.
if you're planning on playing this, the
Don't
less you
go
know, the
to any
better.
wiki page. Don't Bing image this. Don't.
It is a slow burn though, so you
I'm fine
gotta
with that.
give it some time before.
I remember everyone like buzzing about this a little while. Oh shit! What did I just do?
I'm gonna screenshot it so I don't forget about it. It's on my wish list and it's screenshotted.
Yeah, I remember everyone like kind of going on about this back when it hit in September.
It's like a 5-hour game.
Yeah, and I looked at it. and-
on my Steam page, I mean, I didn't get all the endings, but like I know I'm at the. You know when you're at the end of this game.
Yeah, I think because I went back and like messed with a couple things, but there's also like some post game stuff that I'm not sure if you know of. Like,
I know all the endings. I went back and was like looking through them.
there's more like in the files of the game.
Yeah.
Did you see all that?
I started dabbling with some of that, but I'm at the point where I need to.
I mean,
yeah.
I need to do it myself. I went to a pager, like a subreddit, and people they have a collection of like everything that
I
they
dug
found.
through what I had left.
Yeah.
God damn it! Like I'm on the Steam page. And I'm scared to like.
Okay,
don't go through reviews.
Okay,
Can I
Yeah.
read the first review I found? And
Is it going to be a spoiler?
Go. I think I know what it is. I read it.
I wanted a dating sim, but I got depression. Good game.
My favorite one.
That's what I want.
My favorite
Okay.
one is when people say Doki is not Okie Doki.
I saw that one.
So it's. I don't think this is even made by like a Japanese developer.
I mean, yeah, when you look at this, you're
No.
like,
It's a man. I don't know. I don't remember the gentleman's name or it.
Tim Salvato.
Yeah, that's him.
this
but-
is one of those things where like you look at it and
It's comfy looking.
but you immediately you're like, okay, I'm gonna be embarrassed if my friends see that I've played this
Right.
by its looks.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing, like when I did spoil myself a little bit before playing it, but not too much, because I knew like something would happen to a character.
Yeah.
And that got me enough to like, oh well, maybe this is a type of visual novel that kind of like stands apart from all the other visual novels. It tries to be a little more serious while coming off of having this like nice cliche anime theme to it, but it hits a deeper note. So I was like, well, maybe it's just going a little darker direction, but it's all in all visual novel. I'll check it out. Okay, my lights were on this entire time.
Yeah,
I had
your
one.
hands are shaking. You
I had one
stressing out.
because the point here, one earbud in,
Yeah,
because this is a game where if you have the lights out and everything, you're expecting to play the game in the darkness.
Yeah.
This game has a theme, and once you're done, you turn the lights back on, you go about your day.
yeah.
This game, because I did that and with the light on and the one earphone and everything, this game completely gets you when you're vulnerable. Because of its aesthetic and its theme, it tries to make you feel relaxed and calm because it's not a typical scary game. So it gets you at your most relaxed. And since I'm playing this as I normally am in my room all the time,
Yeah.
with the lights on and the earbuds and everything, I never feel safe. So darkness doesn't matter. The game being windowed or full screen does not matter. This game fucks with your head.
All right, I'm
I
about to leave right
played.
now.
You vouch for that?
I played this
I
about
gotta play
45 minutes after finishing Untold Stories, and I didn't know. So there's going to be a moment where just everything shifts, right? But I didn't know where that moment was or what it was or anything like that. So I'm playing, and it's a slow burn. Like, you gotta let it ramp up. It's character building, but it's character building for a reason, and it's really fucking clever what it just ends up being. And like, it's like, for one, the moment happens, and you have to like hit enter to kind of keep going or click or whatever.
Yeah,
it happened, and I just kind of like had to lean back in my chair and kind of breathe for a second.
Yeah, I did that a few times.
And then I kept going, and it fucks with you. Like,
So-
you just don't know what to expect anymore, and I get goosebumps thinking about like some of the stuff you see and experience in this game. That, I mean, even knowing like you were gonna kind of maybe see some of that stuff, just actually like.
Are you talking like
having it-
gore or?
Just fucked up shit.
Yeah,
Good.
I mean,
This is
some
what
of
I
that's
need.
in there.
This is
but-
what I need.
I mean,
I need
I'll
this.
say that much.
But like it.
I mean,
But it does more than a visual novel, and that's the clever hook.
Yeah.
And you'll see that more and more as the game goes on, and you don't realize it's happening until it's too late, and then you're like, oh shit.
Did you
I gotta fuck.
So, like-
yeah,
did you like delete the game after you're done playing?
I have not yet.
Okay. Did you like re-download it or anything?
Not yet.
Okay, because if you do, like, it'll ask like, hey, like, do you want to continue where you left off, or because like it saves all your data
For on
or,
Steam.
or be like, or hey, like, do you want to start anew
Mhm.
so you can try to like do anything else with the game?
Huh.
There's a different ending there.
I'm
I'm not sure if you know that.
I'm
one.
pretty sure because I went onto YouTube.
Like, if you
just
try to beat the
see-
game before it starts, you get a different ending.
Yeah.
So
I'm
is this
aware of
5
all this.
hours to get all endings, or 5 hours for
It's
one?
5 hours to
single
probably get all
playthrough?
the endings.
Okay.
When-
The only ending I didn't do was Netsuki's.
Okay.
I never got anything with her.
Yeah, I couldn't figure that out either.
Because I was going by the guide online. It was like, oh, if you want to go in this order, Sayori, Yuri, Natsuki. So I was trying to do Yuri the whole time. And that's when
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
happened. And there was one image that is still in my head. it's such a minor detail throughout this whole game. Like it has nothing.
I think I know. I think I already know what you're talking about.
All right, yeah, I'm playing this. I'm playing this.
Well, there's a part where like I couldn't pick something, and I forced myself to pick it, and I got to it, and because of that, this image flashed, and that's in my head now, and it's like I can't find it anywhere online. It's like it's freaky.
Yeah. Like for me, it took me 2.5 hours. But the weird thing about this is like you're not gonna get an ending, and it's gonna end, and like you got one ending of the visual novel. It's gonna end, but you're gonna keep playing.
Okay.
But then it's gonna end again.
It kind of has like a Groundhog Day feel to it.
Yeah, and then you're gonna kind of keep going. But you will eventually reach an end, though. I promise you, where you are at an end, and you can't.
Like there are credits in the game. There is like.
So it's like PT.
Dude, in a way, I feel more safe playing PT than playing this game.
Yeah, Matt?
I don't know about that.
well, because for one reason, because it's like pseudo.
That's the thing, though. Like
sentient.
The less like us talking about is probably like hyping it up more than it should be, and you're probably expecting some of the things that we weren't when we probably first jumped in. But even kind of knowing that stuff, like it's still like ugh. And you kind of know from the start because you launched a game, and it says on the Steam page, but you also launched a game. It's like, hey, if you're suffering from depression, you might not want to play this game.
Yeah, like it warns you that there are disturbing images. Like it overly warns you that there are disturbing images in this game.
Like, whoa.
And you have to like agree to that.
And then you hit start game, but you have to let the slow burn. You have to let the slow burn happen. And you have to invest yourself into the character building.
All right.
It's going to pay off for you in the end.
I mean, if you're sitting here, yours said you played for 2.9 hours, so I did
invest. See that. Yeah.
Okay. So 3 then. Sorry, 3.
I've put more time.
Mine was about 4 or 5 just because I took longer with some things.
I said 5.9 for you.
Yeah, because I went back and I was using a guide.
That's funny.
And it was I got trolled. Like I didn't realize there was a comment section. They're like, guys, this is fake. Like,
wait, where was the guide? Was it on Steam?
I googled it and it was one of the first things.
That's great.
And here's the thing: each guide was by a different. each guide was by a different user.
Really?
And if you click on their name, it takes you to their Steam page.
Oh, son of a bitch! That's good. That's funny though.
Soundtrack is really good though. I will say that.
Is that song you?
That was one that isn't. It's like a remix of another song on there. But
that's why I didn't recognize that first because of the remix. But then I listened to it.
But that was one of my favorite songs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man! All right. I'll play it by next week.
It's definitely something worth experiencing.
I'll probably play it when I get home tonight.
Yeah, that is a game you can't experience on a console. Because of the way you have to.
Oh yeah, no. Sorry, yeah, no.
Is that something play alone, or can I play it?
I think it would be neat if she watched it with you.
Because I know what Katie is, and she's gonna start making snide comments. You have to convince her to
just
buy in. Just buy in.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna start playing for like that first 45 minutes. She's like,
or anything.
Oh, these dumb bitches and their phones.
Or anything. Just let her play and you watch her play and just.
Just
be the moral support.
Tell her it's a slow burn. That's all.
Huh. All right.
Yeah,
it's an experience. Actually, it's an experience.
Like looks like PT is like the only other game that really made me like feel something. I didn't think anything was gonna do that, and this game did that.
Weird.
Yeah, there's just a few times in that game where I just kind of lean back in like my computer chair and I rock, and I was like taking a deep breath just because like, whew.
It's kind of like imagine playing Animal Crossing and all of a sudden it just became Silent Hill underneath, and you just weren't aware of that.
Yeah.
And then you also got some of those like head turns, like what? What?
All right.
By next, I'll have it.
Say
down.
no more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
that's it for me.
I owe Katie a little bit because she scared the shit out of me this week while I was playing Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. That's another game. They tell you right up front, like, play this with headphones. So I was like, all right, I didn't. And then like an hour in, I was like, man, I should put these headphones in. And I threw them in. And so the whole idea behind Hellblade is you play as this Nordic Viking girl named Senua, and she suffers from psychological trauma or mental illness. And like they tell you that up front as you're going through the opening credits of the game. Senua is like paddling into this fucking nightmare land, and right there the opening credits state mental health advisor
and
yeah.
what was I can't remember the second one, but it was related.
But they had like people on staff to do this shit.
Yeah.
Maybe therapists. I don't remember.
It could have been, yeah,
it might
something
have
like
been, or
therapist.
staff therapist. They let you know like, hey, this is a game about this. So because the character has voices in her head, as you're playing and you're playing with headphones, you have voices in your head. So there's a bit of narration that happens, and I don't know if whatever. I mean, play with a good pair of headphones, but the pair I'm using, I use these, are the ones I use for the podcast. So like the narration was happening on the left side and the bottom of the headphones, and the voices in her head are happening
And, like,
kind
the
of up,
back-
down, back, left,
Yeah.
right, and they're always like
Trying to
not
make you,
always,
like,
but like they're kind of
simulate what it feels
opposing.
like.
So like as you're going through the game, like you have the narrator, kind of like telling you what Senna was thinking or feeling or whatever.
And kind of like the history of the land, depending on what you're doing. Yeah.
But then you also have like a fucking demon in the right side, just like, do you understand where you are going now? And you're
She's
like,
scared. She's scared.
yeah. And then the
Stupid girl, you're dumb. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
And the voice is like it's like
left and right. Yeah.
the voice is like you're walking up to a fucking. You're walking up to a door, and you're like, all right, clearly I have to go through this door. And as you go up and you press square to open it, it's just like, don't go in.
Stupid girl.
Don't go, turn back. And then it's just like, push forward, go, you must go. And you're like, wait, what the fuck am I? And like it's one of it's, something's happening the left side, something's happening the right side, and it's just all like, don't do it, don't go. She's afraid, don't be afraid, you're afraid, don't. And you're like, what? Ah.
That's like one of the best things in video games so far. Like sound design has only gotten better.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I'm looking it up on
It's
Steam
so
right now.
good. So, this game's it's all about kind of, I don't know. Did you beat it?
No,
Okay.
I got through like the first boss area, the fire one.
Okay. Yeah.
And I got back to the main hub, and I think I said that's enough.
You're done.
Yeah.
What turned you off?
The actual playing the game.
Combat or
You're talking about just the gameplay
It's-
itself.
Playing the game, I'm not a big fan of that. I like a good third-person game because, I mean, obviously like Uncharted and The Last of Us. I don't like when the camera's just so tight on you.
it's really yeah.
I don't like that too much. The Nordic thing is cool, and the enemy design is really cool, I thought.
Enemy design is the best part, but it's really good. Yeah.
But actually fighting them is boring, and I've gotten to some of the more difficult ones, and
Yeah.
I'm still like, this is not.
Yeah,
like
the
what I
fire boss is
wanted.
probably the most like in terms of like, because like he ends up with like fire armor that like you have to avoid when he turns it on or whatever. But like,
And then the puzzle elements, like they're fine, they're puzzle elements, but like I don't like.
yeah,
Once you get to like the doors that require 3 symbols, you're like, all right, come on, just let me through the goddamn doors
It's-
and go
yeah.
progress.
So, sorry, is this like an action RPG?
Nah,
not
not
RPG.
RPG. It's definitely like
Just
an
action.
it's just an action adventure. I would
Not even adventure.
You know, yeah, like you're.
kind of like it has moments of walking simulator, if that's
Yeah.
like a genre you agree with.
But
It's more action driven.
it's definitely more action driven, but with a lot of puzzle.
Ooh, nudity.
Like environmental nudity.
I'm just looking at the rating. The ESRB.
I don't remember nudity.
Violence, blood, and glory, intense violence, nudity, and strong language.
I don't know, the like I would say the dominant thing you're doing is like kind of just walking
And puzzle
and,
solving
and looking
stuff
for like there's all these like runes that are kind of like every door you have to go through, it'll have these runes, and like it looks a lot like the shit you'd see in like Bloodborne, where it's like weird symbols and shit.
Okay.
And essentially the door's locked until you find a symbol that looks like that, or one that looks like that, or I'm making dumb shapes in my hand.
Just were like
listeners.
sigil looking things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you basically need to then
Runes or
wander
whatever.
through the environment until you find those things and line up Senua's vision just perfectly until you find that rune, and then it unlocks that door.
Yeah, and it's not like a statue you're looking for. You're using the actual environment. So, like, you know, it could be like a Y figure or something coming, like, through the middle of it. Like, it could be 2 trees on an angle with,
Shit.
like, a pole going down the middle
Jeez.
that's,
Okay.
like,
And you have to walk in
10
the perfect
feet away.
spot.
So, like, you have to manipulate
But
the
as you
world
get
in a way.
closer to where you're supposed to be, a lot of little red versions of that
Ye-
symbol appear on the screen to kind of symbolize, hey, you're close. Just spin around a little bit, look for
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
It's
So
not
you're
like
not
a totally
totally useless.
blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These
But
graphics
yeah, I mean,
look amazing too.
it is so
Yeah.
it's absolutely just
Like her facial animations are
all of that,
really
and the lighting in this game is so well done.
like I would like to see a movie of this.
It's. I mean, you could sit down and watch the whole fucking
That's
thing.
the one I'm taking.
Yeah. I just kept slamming the screenshot button. Like
It's a
it's
good
so
screenshot.
good looking. But yeah, in terms of gameplay, you really are walking forward. You're doing those types of puzzle solving, and then there's some combat here and there.
And like that's my personal gripe with it is actually like kind of like playing the game. Like I can forgive the puzzle elements for being like kind of annoying after a certain point if the combat was good. But like when you get into the combat, that's when
I like the combat. The combat.
You know what it is after the second thing.
You do, but also like.
But like I don't see me having to use any of the different attacks. It's like Nier again for me, where I'm literally mashing different buttons for me to experience what a different move looks like. I don't have to do it.
You end up meeting a couple more. Like you get these like Viking dudes that have shields.
I've ran into them, yeah.
So those you have to either like wait for the right time, or you can
You
kind of
spin
do a melee
around.
kick.
Oh, melee. Okay.
You can melee them, bash their shield away, and then move in. Sometimes you'll end up with like 5 dudes on screen, all coming at you from different angles, and the only way to effectively take them out is by doing L1 to dash, and then do a hard strike with triangle. Like there's different attacks you can do.
And there's like a focus mode where like after it's kind of like a meter almost, where after you strike dudes a couple times, you build a meter. Go into this focus mode and like time slows down so you can manipulate yourself real fast and get a couple strikes in while they're in slow motion all around you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it does have some mechanics, and they're fine mechanically. It's just I found myself just kind of getting a little bored. But what I did really like about this game, and that I want to see how many times it actually takes for this to happen, because I'm a little confused about that. But the rotting mechanic,
right?
I think is really cool.
Every time she fails, which could be her being defeated in battle, or I don't think you can really like walk off a cliff, but I guess
You can run into fire though in those
right.
sequences.
So there's certain things that can kill her or make her fail,
Okay.
and every time you do that, her arm grows a little bit with rot. And it just looks like she's dipping it deeper in like black paint. Like it just is fucking rotting off. And they say that once it reaches her head, she will fail and you will lose all game progress.
Oh,
Roguelike.
Now, I will tell you, because I beat it, by the end of it, I hit a point where like her fucking arm was black to the shoulder, dude. And I was like, I don't know. And then something happened and then I died and I was like, motherfucker, I'm all, god damn it. And then it was like at her forearm again. So I don't know.
Did you tune the difficulty at all?
No, I didn't touch anything.
Well, the default difficulty is auto, so I wonder if that has something to do with it. If it's scaled it down for you to save you from frustration.
But it doesn't. I think it's one of those things where like the sum is greater than the parts. Where like it on its own, like the combat is not the best combat you're ever gonna play. The puzzles are not the best puzzles you're ever gonna do. But like a combination of all those things kind of together for me worked in a way. Like the combat, while on its own is not like the most varied combat, the fact that I'm like fighting dudes and then the voices in your head are like behind you, and you're like, oh shit, okay, I gotta dodge now. Like using that to learn how to dodge and learn how to fight these things, like that was kind of cool.
Yeah, the sound design from like that's the hook and ladder of this game is going through and hearing that, because it is crazy. Like you're just walking along and you're just like, stupid girl, why's she doing that? What's she thinking? Oh,
she's
I know.
So brave.
Yeah,
look at her go.
She's scared. And
right.
It just is constant, but it's not annoying. It's kind of bizarre because it does, like, like where the narrator's coming from, where like the voices are coming from,
and they're kind of like,
and then you start to get like more voices,
right? Yeah.
So then it gets real weird, and
but then you walk out of it and you're like thinking about things in your head, and you're like, well, my head's no different than that. It's just that one's a little more exaggerated than the voices in my head. You're like,
so you have like kind of like any insight on like with somebody who has that kind of like
a little bit, yeah.
like trauma she has going on.
Yeah, it's a really interesting game. I'd recommend. I mean, it's 6-7-ish hours, something like that. It's not terribly
long. You
long.
play on what, PS4, right?
Yeah.
Is it those two things and then like path one, path two, and then go through the?
You go through that door, and then then it gets kind of fucked up. Like there's you have to go.
There's more
hell.
To the game after that door.
Yeah. There's a lot more to the game. Like that's really the opening. I would say like third, maybe. There's still
Okay.
like a good 2/3 after.
All right, I'm glad I
I'm
put
gonna
it down when
have
I
to
did.
It does get a little bit like the
Like
the
it's fine.
puzzles are still there.
I'm not like. We're in that time of year now where like.
Yeah.
All right. This isn't grabbing my attention, and I know what the game is. And I can at least talk about it. I'm moving on to the next one. So.
I get that. I feel like her story is really cool. I like that a lot.
Are there multiple endings?
Not that I know of.
Looks like it's pretty short.
It's not. Yeah, it's not long at all.
Yeah, because I'm looking at Steam. There's only 14 achievements.
If I didn't stop to make dinner, I probably could have beat it in one sitting.
Oh, really?
But yeah.
Did you easily get all those rune little things? You know, the ones that fill in the
Yeah,
circle?
I missed a few.
They're missable. Okay.
And I hit a point where I was like, I'm not fucking digging for these.
that-
And that's the only trophy I don't have. Like, I beat the game and I got the rest of the trophies but that one, so.
It's interesting though. I do like encourage you to like at least hear what that's like with the headphones because it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy just to kind of walk around that world for a bit, like do a fighting sequence, go through a couple puzzles, and you're just like because you're kind of always entertained. Like as soon as you think you're getting bored, that's when like the voices kind of like you start listening and you're like, oh, that's fucked up.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
So like, is it a game about like her like trying to overcome that, or is it just?
It's more about like kind of what she has to go through, and she had a lot of loss, and she's been kind of ostracized for having that for whatever. You learn a lot about her backstory and her mom and her relationship with her dad and that kind of stuff.
What's your dad like?
It's a really
Yeah,
really
like-
special game.
What I know so far, I'm probably like an hour and a half into it. Like, a man, I'm assuming a significant other or a husband of some kind went here and was lost, and you're trying to recover him, and like that's like getting you out of the gate into world building, and you, like I said, you start adding some other voices. It kind of gets weird.
Okay, because I didn't know if it was like this was like stuff that she was just trying to like handle and get rid of so she can like work on herself, I guess. And then
I don't know what it involves into, but what you have coming out of the gate as like the push forward is that.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's gotten a lot of good reviews.
Oh yeah, it's hella good.
It's not a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. Me saying like I'm done with it at least for right now is not a detriment to it. It's just it's not my favorite thing to play at the moment.
You're right. It's created in collaboration with neuroscientists and people who experience psychosis. That's pretty cool.
For sure.
Yeah.
There is one other thing we got to talk about. Well, there's a couple other things, but there's one big one we got to talk about right after this break. Fucking pasta. Can't believe it.
You know what? I've really, because when you guys were like Greeks, I'm like, there's not really much traditional Greek pasta dishes.
I just figured Greek and Italian so close to each other. Anyway, we're back. The game I alluded to so abruptly before we cut off was HQ, which we've been playing for weeks and none of us have talked about.
Yeah, true.
We kept forgetting to bring it up for whatever reason, but it's so HQ. You maybe have seen it or heard it by now. It is a cellular telephone game, specifically on iPhone, on iOS. It's free to download. It is free to play for the low cost of your phone number. But fuck it, you download it. You use the referral code Dracula.
Oh wow!
What?
Here we go.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what.
Oh wow!
Well, we all have
That's
referral
how the game
codes.
works.
We
right?
all have referral codes.
Oh, well, anyway, that's, I don't know what you're, what? Huh? Yeah, so you
Fuck
download
you! No, fuck you!
So what happens if you refer someone?
You get an extra life, and this
you get-
little asshole is gonna get 12 extra lives all the way to the end.
I have received a few extra lives just from people I've recommended it to. They've not saved me. Like, they saved me in the moment. One of them got burned because I lost connectivity. And the extra life kicked in between the connectivity. And I was like, well, all right, whatever. The other one, I don't even know. It like kept me alive, and then I lost in the next question, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's a 12-question trivia game that happens twice. It happens every weekday, 3 p.m. and 9 p.m., and then on weekends, 9 p.m. It's hosted by a fantastic man named Scott.
What's his last name? He's from Vine, isn't he?
Scott Ragnarok. I don't know if he's from Vine. I think he's a stand-up comedian from New York, the host. But the game itself was founded by one of the founders of Vine.
Got it.
Wow.
It's 12 questions for real money. The pool is split among whoever win and, get every question right. If you get a question wrong, you're eliminated. It's pretty straightforward. I just think it's a cool event thing.
Yeah. And you have like not a lot of time to answer either.
Right, yeah. I mean, you
can't like really look it up.
You have 10 seconds from the time that they start asking a question to answer, and you can't like. You could maybe look it up if like
you had like a computer nearby and somebody was really fast at typing.
Right.
I don't know, man, because
it depends on the question. Like, not every question is something you'd be able to bing really, really fast.
You can't because when I was even looking at it, when I was like trying to second guess, like, do we really eat that much pasta?
Yeah.
But then and then I looked at that timer and it's like I had 2 seconds left. So
yeah, I know it's fucked up.
That's tricky.
Yeah. But it's a fun little trivia game. It's dumb. Like, Katie and I were shopping. We were in the fucking grocery store the other day. And we're like, oh shit, it's 3:00. let's stop what we're doing. We just fucking stand in the middle of the aisle, fucking next to fucking salad dressing, and we're like, I don't know, who was the first emperor?
So shout in the store.
Yeah, like, damn it!
Who was it?
Yeah.
You guys watch Black Mirror?
I didn't, but I want to.
I don't know why. I get like a Black Mirror vibe.
Oh, totally.
From this
game?
Yeah.
That's not the first time I've heard that.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah. Why do you say this? Black Mirror is like what? It's
basically like a modern Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
And
but more, a
lot of it deals with like future technology and like the way we're advancing could lead down.
You gotta watch
ways.
it. It's more of it.
It's really neat. Each episode is its own standalone.
Stories Untold 2 will have a thing about this.
I think the reason I've avoided Black Mirror is like I'm afraid what it's gonna do to my brain because I'm an ass. I'm fucking stupid and I'll fall in a dumb hole and not come back out.
What do you mean?
I feel like it'll push me.
Like you can wear like a tinfoil hat or something?
Some of them are like hidden, some are missed, you know. But like it's interesting nonetheless.
Don't watch.
Here's the thing. X-Files made me think that there's a fucking guy living in my vents crawling around Slytherin. You know what I mean?
Are you sure there's
That's
not?
what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
What's that noise over here?
Exactly. So if I start watching this shit, it's kind of grounded and based in reality, but also shit's gonna get bad.
So, there's a Black Mirror episode. It's not a spoiler, but there's like a game show, and like everybody is involved.
Yeah.
So that like as soon as I heard this, and like even upstairs, I just got like this.
Also with the way like the game glitches and you see his face kind of demorphed in some ways. It's like this is a sadistic trivia game. We're just not realizing it. Like you're playing for your lives here.
But that was cool though. That was a lot of fun.
That's the first time you played.
That was the first time I played.
Yeah, it's a hell of a game.
The chat
the chat's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Chat's a fucking.
Oh, I feed into
it.
People were getting kicked out.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Because most times people were saying like "fuck me."
I know, but I don't know. Like, I guess they're monitoring it pretty heavily, or I guess they have like certain words when they pop up.
Yeah. I just see a lot of dinks.
I don't know what that is.
See, like when
it's a Jenna Marbles thing.
Is that like when we were kids? We used to always say "dink." Like we would just like flick each other and say "dink," like when we were like 5 or 6 years old. So that's what I think of it. But.
I just said asshole.
No, Jenna and her Jenna Marbles and her boyfriend Julian Salamita, I think it is. They have a podcast that they do every week, and they started off, and Victoria played me the song, but they say "dink" a lot, and they call their fans like "dinkers" or I don't know. And
is it because they like wine glasses are dinking? Like,
I have no idea. That is the reason why, though.
Okay.
Jenna Marbles is funny though. I'll give that. I actually enjoy it. Yeah.
I have chest pains.
Julian plays a lot of PUBG. Yeah. Julian plays a lot of PUBG.
Who?
Julian, her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Demon noises inside the microphones.
Hey, he doesn't play Dota. Calm down.
No, there's literal demon. The mics just had weird feedback.
Playing too much Hellblade.
Yeah. Hellblade's very good. I didn't mean to cut off so abruptly from that.
Yeah.
I like that game a lot.
Back to not playing.
Right, yeah. No, I like that game a lot. It's good. Matt, you're here now,
Oh yeah.
so I can talk a little more about Horizon without feeling
Oh,
terribly
alright.
guilty.
Got
Because I
it.
felt really shitty last week talking.
There's no reason to feel guilty when you're wrong.
Shots fired.
I think the way you are with Hellblade, I kind of hit that point with Horizon. I get it. It's good. It's not me.
And
I
that's
really want
fair.
to play it. I don't know why.
Horizon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, I think. And I sent you guys an article that was on the AV Club that I think kind of like said what I wanted to say without me realizing what I wanted to say. But like, it's fucked up playing. And I just listened to 8-4 play and Sarah, and they were talked about Assassin's Creed and how playing Assassin's Creed post Zelda is a bad thing because she's wandering through the desert and she's like, okay, cool, so where's the thing that's gonna, like, what's my point of interest? And it just doesn't happen. And you're wandering and you're like, okay, well maybe there, and she's like, no, you're just on a fucking camel and you're in the desert and you just go. And that was like, in Zelda, like, filling out the map was the game, where this, it's more like, okay, here's the map, and then here's checkpoint, here's the things you gotta do. And I don't know, it just didn't do enough where it, I don't, like, nothing pulled me. Like, the story was strong, but not strong enough where I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep going for the story. And like, this one was for me the opposite of Hellblade, where the sum of all of its parts did not equal, or were not greater than that, or I don't, you know what I'm, words.
My two favorite things about this game, and I think I've just come to the realization we just like different games, because you're saying you're sitting here and you're saying like you like Zelda for the freedom and you explore and you find something and you just go and you just get lost. Zelda, because of that, I did not like Zelda.
Yeah.
Like, it became a fun thing for me when I said,
I'm
the
gonna
quest says beat Ganon,
so I'm gonna go do that.
I'm gonna go beat Ganon.
Yeah, and that.
And then once I turned into that, that's when I started to enjoy it. I like a map that's filled, and I mean, I get, you're walking around, you see like these buildings that are like rotted and with like vines and stuff going through them, and like that stuff is very pretty to look at, and you're kind of it just builds into the overall story, which is point A. Like, that's the story is probably my favorite element in this game, because the entire time you're asking yourself, what happened, and then you do like a story mission, you get a piece, and then you get another piece.
So is it like a civil, like what happened like years ago kind of thing?
Imagine like, I mean,
yeah.
Imagine cavemen, right? I mean, they're straight up like, it's very like archaic,
very
people.
like Native American.
It's got that like,
yeah.
just like
There's a tribe.
beginning of civilization feel to it.
Okay.
However, it's in an era after we've existed.
Okay.
It's in the future, so there's all this technology that we've kind of had, and then some obviously future tech that you kind of see.
Sure.
But it's it almost to me is like, in a weird fucked up way, a sequel to The Last of Us. Like, imagine if everything in The Last of Us just shut the fuck down and everyone died, but there was a string that kind of survived, and then like hundreds, thousands of years later, these people are now in the wake.
Okay.
Where like humanity existed, we did everything we did, but then we're so fucking terrible we killed each other off or whatever the fuck.
Like humanity resetted, but the world didn't.
Yeah. But the world also like has taken the technology that we created and
Like
put it out in the
adapted.
wild against us. And I think it's a really cool concept. I just don't know that it's enough for me to keep going with it.
That's
And
fair.
I think that's where like when we start getting into these game of year conversations, I think that's why we have those conversations, because we all play different things and we can trust each other to know what's what. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Because it's nearly impossible to play
nearly
everything.
I see what you did there.
It is pretty.
No,
impossible
yeah,
to
I
play
mean,
everything.
yeah, it's
I mean, I'm just looking at the list of games I still need to get through, and like
Mhm.
I got time, but don't have that much time.
Yeah.
And like I'm thinking, like I still really want to play South Park before we get into those discussions. I did start. I'm not going to get into this podcast, but I did start back up Wolfenstein again. I'm at least a couple more hours
Nice.
into that.
And,
So
and just like we keep finding new games that I
yeah.
didn't know existed.
yeah, and like I did a weird thing that Friday.
Doki, for example, That
Yeah.
just came out of nowhere. That was September.
I did not expect to spend my Friday playing Stories Untold and Doki Doki Literature Club
Yeah,
and Rocket League on a Switch.
At least these are good games too.
that's true. How's
But then
Rocket
they are-
League?
Thing. Yeah.
So yeah,
You said Rocket League?
point B though.
Yeah.
Before I move on from
Oh
Horizon.
yeah.
The combat is also my favorite thing, or my second favorite thing about that game, and that's something you didn't really talk about last week. And I think that it has this. I never played Monster Hunter, but I kind of get the vibe of what that game is. Whereas like you kind of examine the monster and you kind of pull apart or you go after his weak spots, and from there you just kind of drain its health, manipulating its weak spots. And that's what these machines are doing.
I feel like Horizon does a better job at targeting enemies than Monster Hunter.
Well,
Probably,
I've
yeah.
never
Yeah.
played Monster Hunter, so
I
I don't
mean,
know.
I played Monster Hunter. I'd rather play Horizon. in
I
my
think you're right.
opinion.
Like trapping an enemy, like cornering an enemy and being like, okay, this thing is after me, and I'm gonna string these two traps to. I'm gonna lead it into this thing to stun it, and then I'm gonna pin it to the ground, and then I'm gonna fucking go at it. Like it's a really really cool feeling, and the way that you kind of do it and you plan for it is fantastic. But I feel like it's for a single enemy. The second you get more than one enemy, especially something that's a little more powerful and whatever, you're completely overwhelmed. And it's just a bunch of like run, dodge, hide, and then swing. And I didn't have so much like I don't know, for that game at first really leans into, hey, you are not strong, so you need to figure out how to attack from afar. Yeah, like be smart.
Be more tactical.
Be very tactical. I think the trapping mechanic itself is telling you learn how to get advantage over these things. Do not try and overpower them physically because you will lose.
Yeah, you ain't Turok.
But then you're kind of overwhelmed and
Turok.
it forces you to turn to melee, and the melee doesn't feel good.
No, that was my one gripe with it. It is not.
And
good.
like the second I had more than like 3 things after me, or even like one thing, like if you get a couple of things that are, a little bit faster or whatever, you're suddenly just like panic mode. Like, okay, swing, hit. Okay, it's down, or it's whatever. It's something where I can get away from it, and it just isn't. It seemed really, really like.
But for that, you're describing the game perfectly. I like that. I like the fact. I like the fact that unlike something. Well, Nier's not like that, but like a game that has a skill tree, like Shadow War, which we'll get to in a second. Shadow War. Like by the time I was done my skill tree, you saw me in the now playing.
Yeah.
I was just all over the place. I just had all this power, and I was just owning orcs left and right. Like same thing, kind of the same principle of Batman. Once you get all the gadgets, like you start maneuvering Gotham in a very.
You got this.
Yeah. In this game, and I did everything. I hit the skill. I pretty much did the entire skill tree. I still fear like 2 or 3 monsters. Like seeing one of them, but then pair them with something else that is kind of hard. But like I know how to manipulate. But like this machine might counter like this machine's weaknesses. So like I have to be careful with how there's a lot of thinking and pre-planning, like you're saying. But I liked that feeling of I'm never safe. Like you can always just stumble into something and you're kind of fucked.
Right on.
I just like that. It's weird.
Yeah.
You don't see a game do that too much, where even after you're done the skill tree, you're maybe not the most powerful person on.
I do
area.
like that element of it, but even still, like it still feels like it's gonna always corner you into a melee situation, and I did not like the melee in that game.
I never did much in the melee though.
Thought it's all melee.
I get maybe I didn't go far enough with like the weapons part of it to and the trapping part of it. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah,
the
'cause you got a bow
melee
and
is
arrow and
definitely
shit,
there,
right?
especially. I know you were
bow's
talking
like the
about
main
picking
thing.
off the people from afar, like in the tribe. Like once you get in like those bandit camp things, there's a lot of melee there, and that's probably the weakest part of the game, in my opinion.
But I didn't even have melee in that. Like that, I did stand on the outside of that bandit camp and just like.
I
one.
got to a point where I was like, I'm fucking. I can kill a human person, no problem. I'm just gonna go in and fuck shit
I didn't trust her abilities against other humans. I didn't know how that would work, so I kept like picking them off from afar. The robots, though, that's where I was kind of like, I'd try, but then I'd get kind of cornered or whatever.
I remember seeing a glitch where she was hiding behind some crates and she was trying to like take a guy out that was walking by, and she like you were able to like stab between the crates, didn't touch the person, but it still like killed them. I was like,
That's-
oh.
I mean, every game, every open world game like that's
Yeah.
gonna have it.
No, I mean, I'm not like
Man, it has Fallout New
I'm not
Vegas
like,
doing the glitches over there.
yeah, like I'm not like naysaying the game.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
thought that was
exactly.
just like funny that
Yeah.
like I was thinking that her melee is it more like that was leading to my question was like is it more like stealth based kind of melee where it's like
You don't want to use melee in this game. If you're using melee against a machine, I think you took an approach wrong.
but like by stealth
Probably,
where
yeah.
it's just like you're not they don't attack it face on like get it from behind to do like
You
some
let-
kind of
you-
like assassin kill.
Your
that's like
melee
a
is
little
literally
cinematic thing kind
like
of.
if you are hiding, you can kind of like stealth either dominate,
Yeah.
and they will like
Is it like a one hit
come
kill
under-
though?
yeah.
Yeah, you
if
can-
you're,
yeah,
if you're in
yeah.
stealth,
Yeah, that was my question. You have to like rely more on that if you're to do
but
melee.
if they are aware you are there, then yes, you're just mashing square and rolling all over the place.
Yeah.
And
Okay. So
and
that's
I
why,
like when I reviewed this game back in the day, I even said that I was like,
Yeah.
melee is not its
Yeah.
its thing. But I never used melee that much.
Also, the stealth, it's only in those specific areas, right? Like those little,
Like the weeds, yeah.
but it always looks the same, which I kind of hated.
I don't remember.
Like it's like,
I mean, for the most part, yeah. Maybe when you get to the snowy areas, it might have a little snow on them. Might look a little.
but it's
more
always
yellow
just
in the
like
desert.
a little reddish bush
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, I wanted like a little variety. Like it all seemed like, I don't know. To me, like, and I don't want to be reductive, but I'll be reductive. It seemed like a talented team who was like, let's try something new, and this was their first go at it, and it's good. It's just like, I wonder what the next one would be.
you think it's a step in the right direction, but
Sure,
it's not
yeah,
quite
yeah.
where it
For-
should be.
Like to me, it's another open world game. It does some cool things. It's whatever, but like it didn't like. I don't think it changed anything fundamentally about. You know what I mean? Like it.
Mm.
And I'm not like I'm not comparing or anything, but like when you look at like different games that have happened over the years, you look at different things that have been like fundamental shifts, and like this is like cool. Like you think of the first Assassin's Creed, or really 2 is the one where kind of, but like that was a shift in the zeitgeist. It was a shift in kind of how development was going to happen and how
Okay.
games were going to be played. You look at Modern Warfare 2, like these like kind of things. This feels like an after effect. This feels like an effect rather than a cause, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
Which is not a bad thing.
No,
It's
no,
just
no.
like, for me, it's like,
it's funny you brought up Assassin's Creed though, because people hated the first one because it was so
Well,
repetitive.
the second
Yeah,
one
yeah,
is
yeah.
that's the
and
one
then the
that kinda
second one
started
was
a
like, yes, this
Ubisoft
is where we
checklist.
wanted it to go.
right. And but that's, I think that's another example of just like, this is, okay, cool. You guys got some good ideas in here. And that's cool. But for me, again, like setting, like the combination of things, like not one of these things is, yeah.
I will applaud it though for being like a new IP that's standing out against all these other like franchises this year.
I do respect that straight up,
Even for like to like win awards and shit. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty
yeah.
impressive.
and to be a console exclusive. I mean, that's legit.
'Cause usually, like-
for exclusive.
Because usually like nostalgia or some kind of like zeitgeist thing like
Fandom,
takes over.
yeah.
remake.
Right.
Yeah.
So like maybe I'm wrong, but I kind of get like a Mass Effect vibe from this.
Nah.
No, you don't want to. Mass Effect is something. Mass Effect relied more on dialogue trees and like you play the
Well,
story.
no,
how
sorry,
you
like
wanna
just
play.
straight like the combat.
Oh,
base.
I'd rather play
Like-
Horizon Zero
Yeah.
Dawn's combat.
Yeah,
And I'm like not even talking about Andromeda. I'm talking about like 2 and 3. I'd rather play
Oh, wow.
Horizon,
Okay.
bar none.
I'm gonna play this
opposed to
game. I'll
Mass
play it
Effect.
eventually. It's just I'm gonna wait till it's $10 Game of the Year edition with the DLC.
Yeah.
You know.
He's done with it, evidently.
There you go.
Wait, did you finish it,
No,
He's done
I
with
don't.
it, he
or are
said.
you just finished?
I don't know. I can't. Like this whole week, I've been like, all right, let me jump back in, let me see, and then I just never
Okay.
did.
But I don't know. It's just one of those things where like I think it's just this different opinion. Like I got more lost in that world, and I always think about that moment where like I was legit just exploring like the top north east part of the map, and like you just see these mountains, right? And then you just see this huge machine, like massive. Think like Reaper from Mass Effect, like massive, draped across these mountains, and you just look at that. And you kind of know, like, you got the first piece of the puzzle of, like, what's going on. But you see that, and you're just like, what happened? Just like, what the fuck? Yeah, and then you play on, and probably from that point, 10 hours more would get you through the main story quest. For me, it was like 30 hours because of the way I played it. But like, you know what happens, and there's even a story mission late in the game that takes you back to that area that explains a lot of what's happening. Shit. So like, I kind of saw it, and then the story ended up taking me there anyway, which I don't know. It was just some. I don't know. I think it's a preference thing.
There's DLC, right?
There is, and I'm gonna dig in as soon as I get through some things.
Okay.
No, but I mean, that's cool that you're able to get that feeling though, of like just getting lost in it though, because I think that's a hard thing to do with games lately.
Yeah, and it did one of those rare things too, where like, I try to balance 2 or 3 games at a time, just because I'll get bored. That game once I hit hour 8, I didn't play anything else until I platinumed.
See, I feel like that's a game you gotta kind of push the other games out of the way for a minute because there's just so much to do and whatnot.
We'll talk more of the game of the year thing, but that final mission, man, I wanna.
That came out this year, right?
Yeah. Yep, March.
February.
I was right. Right. Yeah, it was like February 26th.
Okay.
It's like 4 days before.
Is the DLC before or after the game, or like
a
spin-off?
It's right before the ending.
Yeah.
Okay. So it should
curious
be played.
How I can get into it, considering I've beaten the game, but I don't know. I'll once I get into it, I'll let you know how that works. But yeah, you're supposed to be a late game, Aloy. We're going into that because it's tough. I've heard.
I played Quake Live.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
I saw that.
That's so good.
I played that like once, and I forgot what I did or like what happened.
It's fucking Quake, but it's just good. It's just
Quake. It's Quake.
Here's my experience. I jump in. I go to the match browser. I find a server. I go in. I got to load assets because it's using Steam Workshop shit. I dive in. There's 2 guys arguing about Rick and Morty and who's smarter.
Wait, you play this on Steam?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I think I played through the browser.
So they shut that down.
Yeah, it used to be free to play.
Used to be free to play in a browser. Now you got to buy it in Steam.
Oh.
But it's all through Steam.
Okay.
There's 2 guys arguing about Rick and Morty, and which one of them is smarter. And they're like half joking but also half whatever. That leads 2 other guys to talk about the metaphysical world and the difference between potential Earths.
Oh, God.
And they're kind of going back and forth. And then in the background, there's some guy just going, "Lean on me, where you're not sure." And it's all of this. Like, you hear like all the frag noises and all the whatever. And now it's just like so fucking stupid. I was so happy last night. I was like really bummed out because Katie was away a few days for work, and I was like, all right, well, she's coming home tonight, so whatever. I'll hang out. And I get to see, I get all weird and homesick when she's not here, even though I'm home and whatever. And she's like, yeah, I'll be home in the morning. I was like, you're not coming home? What the fuck? All right, what am I going to do with the rest of the night? And I was like, well, Quake. Let's just dive in. And then to have that experience, like, all right, I feel pretty good about this now.
That's Quake.
So stupid. And then, like, at one point, I was trying to tweak something and change something in my settings, and I accidentally kicked out of the server, and I was like, oh, fuck. And I was like, all right, let me see. And I found out, oh, there's a server. Let me jump back in. And I go back in. He's still singing. They're still arguing. Like, nothing changed.
That's great.
It went on for like an hour. And then, like, in the chat, the text chat, you just keep seeing it pop up, and people are just like, I'm fucking muting you. And then, like, there's other people that are just like, keep singing. It's cool, man. You do you.
I wish Unreal Tournament had that, like, type of community stuff.
Yeah.
It was so, oh my God. And then eventually the guy just goes, why the fuck am I the only one singing? This is lame.
Are you playing it on Mac or PC?
It's only Windows, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the browser version used to be Windows and Mac, but this one's just Windows. So.
Damn. Yeah, we gotta play sometime.
I remember when I played Comedy Night or whatever. It's just a voice chat game where you just go up there and tell jokes. You make your own little comedian. And
they made a VR version of it, didn't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah, well, the audience is
yeah, it's online.
It's a tough one to please. And there's a lot of different like lobbies you can jump in, but there's a section where people just like have like guitar solo offs.
Oh fuck yeah!
So it's like the character's mouth is open, but just hear
that's fucking dumb.
It's something.
Yeah, video games are pretty good.
Yeah, Comedy Night.
Yeah, it's like $5.
Yeah, it's on. on Steam. I'm pretty sure there's a VR version.
I like that. Matt,
Yes.
What else you get yourself into?
The holy grail of games, ladies and gentlemen, has finally come to Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah, Doom came out.
It did.
Rocket League.
Oh
right.
shit, got it. Never mind.
And let me tell you what.
Yeah.
I'm zooming around.
How is it?
Zooming around in this little boy right there.
Oh
Ooh.
shit, you got a Samus car.
Yeah, dude.
Garage.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
pretty cool.
fusion version of it for the blue team. But then you can also
Non-canon.
change the car to the classic.
Oh, hello.
Hot.
Hello.
I like.
Shit.
But yeah,
Do you get like a little morph ball antenna?
Can you use the morph ball as a soccer ball or a Rocket League ball? That's
no.
Does your car crawl?
the
Is there antenna? No, there's no antennas for the. Yeah, Nintendo was real stingy with what you can use. Just like every other licensed car in the game, like the Batmobile, for instance, you can't use certain stuff on it.
That makes sense.
But yeah, look, is it the best version of that game? No, it's not.
I feel like every Switch port is going to be this result.
But
Is it the
but
best?
no,
But
but
you
it's,
have it.
It's the thing that is. It's because it doesn't look the best.
Yeah, yeah.
It runs on par
Yeah.
with the PlayStation 4 and the Steam version. Like the only
Steam as well? I feel like would Steam run at a higher frame rate or no?
I would
I
assume
don't-
so.
What does it run on?
Is it running?
Man,
at
I
60
run
on
I run Rocket League at 60 on my Mac, but I don't know. It could be just
the- What about here? Is it running at 60?
it's
or
running at
30?
60. It's
Oh,
running
no
at 60.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 30 for some
No,
reason.
she's running at 60.
No.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
No, it like
I mean, I feel like the game doesn't require.
I
much
dude,
graphics.
I
Yeah.
said it when Switch when we were a week or two and then a month or two. Like I kept saying it earlier this year, but fucking everything on Switch. I don't care. Like, give me the option of portability over the resolution. Like, I'll take a dip in resolution anytime.
We're gonna need that Dark Souls trilogy. That's
Yeah.
it.
I'm fucking so real quick. Speaking of Switch and speaking of Dark Souls and shit, it is Thanksgiving week.
It is.
There's no Zelda DLC yet. I feel like it could be happening as we speak. That Nintendo of America is going to announce a direct that's going to happen. If they don't do a direct, at least the release of this shit. Thanksgiving's always the perfect Zelda time. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a direct this week. That's like,
I don't know about that.
I
don't know.
like, yo, here's an update on Switch. Here's your Zelda DLC. Here's fucking Dark Souls. That would be a stretch. But I don't know. Something's got to come this week. I would be real stoked if Dark
Animal
Souls came
Crossing,
to this.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Animal Crossing's got to be coming too.
It
Yeah.
said late November. I hope it doesn't get delayed. 'Cause there's no reason. Because
It's out in Australia.
yeah, like,
yeah. So dumb.
So,
Foster's.
So yeah, the thing,
No straw.
I kept debating buying
Vagina.
Rocket League.
look, Rocket League is still Rocket League. It has not changed on the Switch. It just
Right.
doesn't look as pretty. And I've noticed that they mainly do it at the draw distance. So that nice ball isn't. You kind of see the jagged edges a little bit. If it's
In portable
all
Or
both,
just okay.
both. If it's like all the way across the field, but like it's nothing. I don't know.
I don't
like-
think that would ruin the game.
It's not
though.
ruining
'Cause,
it,
like,
because
are you
I'm-
really focusing on like the edge of a ball when
No.
you're trying to get us like a
No,
goal?
I'm-
so
as long as it runs at 60 frames, which is what I'm used to coming from PS4, and
Yeah.
I did a little bit of dabble on Steam. Like it runs great.
we're all pixels in the end.
Can I right now easily matchmake with you on Switch while I'm on Steam?
That was my question. If it's crossplay.
It is crossplay,
It's
but
crossplay. I don't
Even
think I
with
can
Switch?
party across
Except Sony.
platforms.
okay.
Of course.
However, like I've seen its fair share of mixed lobbies, both in ranked and regular games, where like the avatar, instead of it being like a Nintendo character, it just says Cynet. So I'm assuming that's either coming from the Steam
Okay.
or the Xbox console,
Right.
because PS4, as we all know, is not a part of this.
Fuck you, Jim Ryan.
I just wanted to hear you say that. Like I've seen it. It's like a mix of like maybe 3 Nintendo people and 1 Steam person, 3 Steam people. I'm the only Nintendo, 2 and 2,
Okay.
and like they mix the teams up accordingly.
And you're
like,
doing just fine.
yeah, it's really no different. It just doesn't look nearly as sharp, but it's the best way of playing portable,
Yeah.
which is dope because I don't need to set up my laptop anywhere and with a PlayStation 4 controller and
Because
do
you
all
were
that
doing
shit.
that. I mean, like you were, as someone who plays Rocket League pretty, I would say heavily, at least amongst us, you would either, I think prior to you buying it on Steam, you were always remote playing into PS4, and then you just got to a point where you bought it on Steam and you're playing there.
I mean, it feels great. It's just, like I said, it just doesn't look nearly as sharp. Now, the one thing I did test out a little bit, and I've only done one game of this. I haven't tried it in different areas, but I was in the terminal at Nashville, waiting for my flight back to Baltimore, and I was like, let's do something stupid. So I hotspotted my phone to my Switch.
Yeah.
I want to see how well the game ran over LTE. It wasn't bad. I didn't notice any stutters or anything
Wait, can you
like
do
that.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah, you can't. That's a stupid question. Of course you can.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody
I didn't even think
post
about
that the data usage for like 3 games was fucking small.
I didn't notice a big dip. I didn't notice. I wasn't looking at my data cap like 4 point whatever.
Yeah.
I was just making sure I didn't drop from 4 to 3. But I
No,
did it.
someone said that like they use like fucking 5 kilobytes to run 3 different online games that were, you know what I mean? Like
That's
they use
crazy.
compression.
Yeah.
What's performance like on it though? Is it laggy or?
I didn't notice any lagginess, but like I said, that was in one spot. I haven't tried it really anywhere else. But I think that's pretty cool. I mean, not that you couldn't do it on a Mac or any computer for that matter. But
I mean, like that idea of the Switch they showed off at that reveal a year ago, back in October, of 4 dudes hanging out at a fucking picnic table playing basketball. Like
They were pretty serious about this game because like they had a separate video, it was like 14 minutes before showing the release date for it.
Yeah.
All about like they're in the studio
yeah.
and just like checking out everything. But because I didn't really watch it, my next question was going to be like, if 4 of us, if we all have it, could we
you can local party.
We can
party up and
lay
then
in.
go online and verse other people?
Oh.
Like a private chat or a private.
Well,
Yeah,
they
it
only
should be
do
a-
up to 3v3,
Oh,
right?
is it?
Oh well, you can do chaos. Remember that.
Oh, right.
Okay, well then
Yeah,
for
So could
you
the
can do
4 of us.
4v4.
so could 3 of us then
Or 4.
like, or 4, yeah, whatever. However number
Well, it's
there
okay.
is.
I don't have
Well,
a
I mean,
Switch.
Can we go
so
online
it's-
together and verse other people while we stay on the same team?
Yeah, like it will require using the party option, but you can party in the game. Like it gives you the option. It's just
Party
like
through the Switch app or party?
it seems native here.
Okay.
Kind of
Like
like,
it's
Mario
just
Kart.
just like
That makes sense.
no, it's not like that because on PlayStation 4, like your main menu, if you hit like triangle, and it's the same
Oh,
principle
yeah,
here.
yeah.
It just lets you party right there, and then once you're in a party, the main menu that kind of zooms out so you see all
4
your party's
cars,
cars. Yeah.
Okay.
I did see they posted something on the Switch Reddit, like the developers at Psyonix, day one, and said like, "Ugh, sorry, we're gonna patch that before Christmas." The fact that like, if you and I wanted to go online together on your Switch, I need to have a separate account on your Switch. Like
Okay.
we can go
if we
online,
share the same console to
but
play.
like it. So basically, like if we're on my PlayStation or on anything else, you just hit guest, go. This, if I don't have a separate, it doesn't need to be an actual Nintendo account. It just needs to be a separate user account on the Switch, I think, in order to do local and then go online.
Yeah, because the PlayStation 4 or Xbox will just natively go to a guest. Like,
Right,
it would
yeah,
be
yeah,
like that gamer tag parentheses 1 to indicate guest.
Right.
So like I guess the console doesn't do that natively, which I'm not shocked by.
I could see a
at
couple
all.
games probably doing that. I think it's probably smart just to make
Yeah.
a blank account on my Switch in case like somebody wants to play. And
I mean, I've been tossing
I
around
could
the
see that
idea.
with like Smash Brothers, for example.
Yeah, I've been tossing around the idea of making a Japanese account anyway, just to get some shit that hasn't come out here. Wouldn't be a bad idea just to have that on there.
But yeah, I think this is something I do want to touch on. I think it's impressive that I purposely this week I played a lot of Rocket League. I went from Switch to PS4 to Switch to PS4, like one after the other, just to see if I
Yeah.
really the only difference is my car. I used the Metroid, the Samus ship on Switch just to show, hey, I'm that asshole on the Nintendo console playing online and kicking your ass. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And then I'll use my traditional Octane car on PS4 that has like all this different customizations and stuff. The one thing I wish was I didn't have to buy all the DLC that I bought already, but it's whatever. But everything's there. Everything that you can buy on PS4 is on the marketplace on Nintendo.
Sweet.
So you can get yourself that Batmobile if you're feeling like it after Justice League.
Yeah, I'm going to see that.
So yeah,
Find out who plays Green
it
Lantern.
yeah, if you want something on the go,
Yeah, I might get it.
it's pretty rad. But it didn't change. It's still Rocket League. So if you like Rocket League,
I know.
Yes.
But then I don't want it.
Motion
I
controls.
want it, but I want it because I want to support it. But then I'm like, I didn't play much of the first one.
Yeah.
I like it, but I
Are there
don't.
motion controls.
not that I found.
Oh,
Not
Flipper controller.
That's what I'm saying.
no.
that's the way to do it.
Nah, I guess that would be.
Esports.
I guess you could do that. Actually, that would probably be unfair. So Rocket League did not do that because you know what a clusterfuck it is to like try to turn mid-air while you're
Pro
boosting
controller.
and stuff.
It's like gyroscope.
It's,
Flip.
Yeah.
Pizza flip, catch it.
No, I've been trying to throw a fucking hat at coins all week, so I understand the motion controls from the goddamn
It
Switch.
took me a good adjustment period though to get used to that Pro Controller. I have been so used,
Yeah.
like hundreds of hours
Yeah.
with the DualShock 4 playing this game. It took me a bit to get used to the
Different buttons
shape.
and different.
Yeah.
I can't use my Joy-Cons.
Why not?
I have a drift on my left stick.
No.
Get closer to your Switch.
Talking
I'm
about handheld?
playing handheld.
Oh yeah, you can't get much closer than that.
Maybe it has to be recalibrated, but when I go left, it's stay in the center, but my character keeps going left.
Contact Nintendo. I've heard they're really good about that stuff.
They are. I mean,
And
you might have to be without a Joy-Con for a couple days,
and
but
then the right stick for mine does not click when I press it in.
All right. Well,
was it always like that, or just recent?
No, I think I just noticed it recently.
Oh.
It did kind of like not. I didn't drop it, but like
it had an accident.
it kind of just like toppled over once, and I can't believe. I don't think that would do enough to do
Yeah.
You should
that.
never know though.
we'll delete this from the records.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I remember hearing some folks who had because even mine, like if my Switch is like it is right now, where it's on the side of the TV and turned that way, and I'm using my original gray Joy-Cons, if I don't if I lean and they're kind of next to me, the left side it won't respond. I have to lean forward.
Yeah, the left
before
one always has a lot of trouble because people with 1-2 switch were having that problem.
Yeah, Nintendo addressed it, and they're like, hey, yeah, you mail us your Joy-Con. They send you a little coffin for it. You send it to them, and they fix the Bluetooth antenna in there.
Oh, that's cool.
They put a little
We'll see. Like,
you could do it yourself. I mean, you could.
I'm probably just gonna wait it out because I did back a Kickstarter for custom Joy-Cons.
Oh yeah, I fucking love that.
So I'm not.
That's wild.
So I don't know if they're giving me just a shell or not, but I think they give you replacement parts. So maybe I can just try to figure it out.
Honestly, it's not. I saw the fix that people do. They put this little tiny, it looks like a sponge on the inside of the thing. We'll take a look while this is editing later.
Cool. But yeah, Rocket League. I mean, I'll probably get that.
Yeah,
Yeah?
it's rad. It's.
I mean, I'm
on
not
the
good
Switch.
at it, but like, if people want to play, like, I have
I'll
that
teach
option.
Like, just make sure you do the on-ball camera on like this asshole over here.
I think at first I didn't, and then I kept it on
You
afterwards.
learn
Yeah.
quickly. You should do that.
Nah, you don't need to do that. Fuck that. Drive a car, man.
I mean, it felt good though. Those first couple days against the Nintendo people, they didn't know what they were doing. It was so fun.
You got to play against them?
Well, like people, I'm assuming
yeah.
that some of these people on Switch, like this is their first time playing the game, and I've been playing for hundreds of hours.
I'm an idiot. I thought you meant like people who work at Nintendo.
Oh,
were
no,
doing
no.
like a
I can show
community
you
thing.
things.
No,
like
no.
that.
Okay.
So, final question, and we may have already answered this, and I'm stupid. Right now, I buy it. Can I play you online?
Yeah, you should. Like I said, the party system is all there.
Okay.
I haven't experimented with that. I haven't had anyone to
but
party
you
with,
and I
but-
can go head to head. I don't have to. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, we should be able to go head to head.
It's just if I were trying to find you on Steam, that might be a little.
How about on PS4?
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell you about Jim Ryan.
You can't do it on Steam anyway.
Yeah.
Because when you hit the party button, I did at least do this. It only pops up your Nintendo friends. So
You know what they should do? They should have a Skype app on the Switch. Or even Discord.
that's Microsoft. I don't know how that will go.
What about Discord?
I mean, you got Minecraft.
You just got Hulu. Let's be patient.
Yeah, it's true. 'Cause, I mean, if they had Discord, that will just fix their in-game chat.
Don't start,
Problems.
Matt. Don't get him. Don't get him going.
No, I mean none of the consoles have Discord though. Like I
It is
don't know.
true.
Like
is
I don't
true.
know what the licensing and lawyers and
You're
That's
not
true.
Mark.
You're not wrong.
Yo, you're the defense attorney. Sorry, you're not copyright.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's some copyright issues I think I could see happening with Discord in the future. As a Joe's defense attorney.
Yeah.
If he happens to use this for any reason in any of his videos,
No.
Disney might have a little trouble because the icon looks like Mickey Shorts, and I am not
It
sure.
do.
Yeah.
That's all I can see. So
Discord does suck too.
You're saying you went to Discord on Switch and it
No,
sucks.
like I mean, it's good because it's free and just about everybody on the planet has it now. But
Yeah.
I've had so many like issues with it, and there's like like when people talk, they'll just cut it out for some reason. Like when I was playing PUBG, it was at the end of the round, and I was being a complete dipshit.
Yeah.
And I missed the dude because JP was like, he's on the roof. I'm like, which roof? He's like, the roof of the building we're in. Roof. And then we just got killed. And then, like, the chat just went silent. I'm like, guys? Like,
They probably muted like, motherfucker.
I thought they muted me. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
guys, I'm sorry. So I texted JP, and he was like, you guys here? He's like, nah, Discord just blew up. And I was
Oh,
like,
good.
okay,
Thanks.
cool.
Perfect.
How many people are in that chat?
It was just me and 3 other people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I did it with my friends, but we were just playing Heroes of the Storm, but like it was okay. But I didn't use it much either. So
Yeah.
I think you're more of a frequent user than I am with it.
I mean, there's a lot of times like you'll talk to someone and then it just, and then the sentence comes right back. And you're just like, what? And it's like, no, dude, start over again, dude, start over again.
Say over at the end of everything.
Yeah.
That's now you're talking.
Yeah.
That's the future. Oh man.
It's better than Nintendo's voice chat, so there it is.
How's Mordor?
Murder?
I completed the 10 stages of the Shadow War, and I beat the game.
How'd you feel about that one?
We can just move on to the news.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's a shift.
He legit looks angry right now too.
Yeah, you're still pissed. All right, I'm gonna go right to the news.
Shadow of murder in those eyes.
Speaking of EA, no.
But for real, all right. So
Yeah.
for real, this game, you do all this shit, and there is an ending. There's a cutscene. It's just a complete waste of time. So you should stop the game at the half-assed climactic ending of Act 3 and save yourself the trouble of going through Act 4, which is the grind. And I will say this, if you're someone who, I enjoy playing it, so I didn't really do the loot box, I just kind of went with the grind, because I didn't kind of mind it, because the game's fun. If you were someone, though, that was like, man, I just want to get to the end of this story, because I'm really looking forward to the end of this story, because it kind of got good in Act 3, and you bought loot boxes to fast forward through that area, you should feel burned that you spent money on this game for this horrible, I hate even calling it ending because it was just a cutscene that made no goddamn sense. None.
I will say that Matt.
None.
Matt told me. I'm sure he's not going to spoil it for people here who are
should.
for some
I
reason.
should.
I know.
Does it open it for a sequel?
Well,
No, it does.
Matt, I was like, because obviously I don't give a fuck. We were going to the flea market the other day. I was like, just tell me what happened, and I was just like, so is it? And he's like, because is it going to a sequel? He's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, does it answer it? Maybe, but also more. What the fuck?
It's
Like,
probably
he was just-
intentional because they don't know if they're gonna even have the chance to make another one.
Yeah, I don't.
So they're probably just leaving it like so weird.
Yeah, it sounds like shit.
It's also EA, so
Yeah.
It's not EA.
No,
yeah,
it's
it's
Warner
not.
Brothers.
I like
It's-
saying fucking.
Who is
EA.
it?
It's
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, Monolith. Yeah, Monolith and Warner
I
Brothers.
think
Oh, it
EA.
is?
I think
Yeah.
EA did Lord of the
Shit, I
Rings
thought it
games
was EA's
before.
They
whole time.
did.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
did.
Is
They
that why?
did. Yeah.
During like the 360 era.
Yeah.
they did,
Because
like,
we were
that one war
we
game,
were in
I
the
forget
flea
name of
market
it.
and I picked up Lord of the Rings: Return of the King and I showed
Yeah.
it to Joe and I was like, "Remember the good times?" And then I put it back.
Yeah.
Fuck, this whole time I thought it was EA.
No, it was Warner
you're not
Brothers.
wrong.
Okay.
And that's
Yeah.
where I think they borrowed some of that fighting engine tech from
Okay.
Batman. I think
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
borrowed
Okay.
it from Rocksteady.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad.
Sorry, I just want to
Well,
stab
it's
EA
over.
as much as I
Here's-
can.
Can I, real quick though? I'd like to quote. I'm gonna not direct quote because I don't remember, but I'm gonna approximate best I can what Matt said. When I said, "What if they make a trilogy?" and he went, "Yeah, I'll get the third one."
Yeah. The game was fun to play. It's just the ending sucked.
I mean, every time we talked about it before, it
But
sounded
I
like you had a
said that
blast with
though.
it, so
I said
it's
that
good.
though. I was like, as mad as I was about the ending, I did not really give a shit about the narrative. I just
Yeah.
kept playing because I have fun, and if it's the same like gameplay mechanics, like just a couple more bells and whistles,
That
like
makes sense.
I'm diving back in for another 30-hour adventure. Will I care about the narrative going in? I will not give it a chance. I'm just there
Yeah.
to play the game.
You're just playing it for the sake of the game.
Yeah, because it's just fun to play. But yeah,
Speaking of fun to play, y'all like Star Wars?
I do like Star Wars.
Do you?
Also,
I do like Star. I do
Well,
like the property.
Come here. Let me tell you, there's a new game you can try out.
Oh, cool! Can't wait.
Yeah.
Is it by Visceral?
No, you didn't hear?
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh, come here, gather around.
Marc leaves the table.
Yeah. If you are listening to a video game podcast on November 20th, 2017, or thereafter, and you've not heard about what's going on with Star Wars Battlefront 2, I'm sorry. This is gonna get fucking dark.
You should be sitting,
So
not driving.
please
Pull
feel
over.
free to correct me along the way. I'm gonna do my best to run through the timeline of events.
Good luck.
So EA started way back in 19.
19.
They did
Trip
Lord of the
Hawkins.
Rings games way back when.
Yeah. The 3DO.
Remember?
Oh,
God. Remember that Sim City fiasco?
Oof.
This is. So all right, here's where we're at.
Doesn't know where to start.
I don't. I really don't. I fucking don't.
It's technically nothing new.
I-
It's just now it's become more aware.
but
like,
it's a
aware of.
little new. So
Yeah, that's
all right,
true. It
Star
is.
Wars Battlefront 2. It is a video game. You play as Star Wars characters in a first-person shooter. Huh?
Third or
Yeah.
first, depending on how you like to play. It's-
Sure.
yeah.
Okay, great. In the game, as you would assume, you can play as, like I said, Star Wars characters. However, in order to unlock said characters for multiplayer,
I'm assuming so. Yeah.
Yeah.
you must unlock them in the game through game progression.
Which is fine.
Right.
Which is fine because Rainbow Six does this, and as you all know, Rainbow Six. One
A lot of
favorite
games you beat the game and unlock characters. That's
Sure.
a thing.
Huh?
Yeah, that's
Well, it used to be a thing.
Used to be a thing, right? However, in order to unlock these characters, you must unlock them with in-game currency. Which, in order to unlock, so let's say Luke Skywalker, right? You want to unlock Luke, it will cost you, and these numbers are, I'm not going to know the exacts. Let's say it costs you 60,000 credits, right? 60,000 credits is arbitrary because, well,
Yeah,
what does it take me to
yeah.
earn that, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the game first released, it was past a beta even. So here's where it's at. The long and short of it is, in order to unlock the characters that you want to play as, you needed to play the game for an exorbitant amount of time. Is that all right? Did I say that word right? I'm stuffy and gross.
Probably.
We just know it's a lot.
It's a lot. You had to play it for
Excessive
a lot of
amount of
time, in order to unlock these characters.
Darth Vader, 40 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it translated to. Is like you had to put that much time into the game in order to get those characters. Someone did the math, and in order to unlock every character just from raw gameplay alone, it was something like 4,500 hours. Now, this happened after a review event. So review events in the industry, a company will say, "Hi, gaming press and gaming enthusiasts, or what do they call them, influencer, please come to our press event and play our game. We're going to put you in a hotel for the whole weekend. We're going to feed you. You're going to play our game, and you're going to go back to your press outlet and tell the people why this game is good or bad. Hopefully you say it's good. That's what they hope for."
Yeah.
So they invited reviewers out, and apparently the in-game unlocks were like 10,000. You want to unlock Luke, it's 10,000.
Oh, I
Points,
heard.
right?
I forgot about that. I heard about this.
So it wasn't as high as what we later saw when people actually
Yeah.
got their hands on the game. It was lower. Now, this is something like previously in like Call of Duty press events. They would have the reviewers come in. They would start playing the game, go through the normal from scratch, play the game, whatever. All right, guys, go to lunch. When they get back from lunch, they go, "Hey, we went around everybody's stations. We unlocked everything for you." So obviously, players in game would be earning this over a series of, a progression of time. But for this review event, we want you to feel what it's like to have all that power And the reviewer is smart enough to take that into consideration and use that to kind of create the bigger picture of things. Again, this is all for pre-release stuff that they do special for reviewers and whatever. So the assumption is that the same thing happened or should have happened at this EA press event for that, where maybe they lowered the cost of these characters to $10,000 just for that event so that they could get their hands on them quicker. But even $10,000, and again, these numbers are arbitrary, but even the number they set at that review event was still particularly high and not necessarily indicative of what you'd actually have to do to unlock these characters in the game. Cut to last week, just after we recorded. The game was available if you're part of EA's Gold Club, I don't know what the fuck it is.
In the House Club? No, I don't know. I don't
Is it like
fucking
Game
know.
Pass or is that Xbox? I don't know.
That's whatever. Their thing where you pay them money.
EA Access.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. EA Access. It's in the game. You get early access to their games. So if you're part of that, you got your hands on Battlefront a little bit earlier than other people. And that's where people started noticing, hey, it takes 4,500 hours to unlock everything in this game. They then started to notice how easily suggested by EA and developer DICE, well, if you don't want to, you can just pay us. And the equivalent money to time ratio there was, I think, $2,100 to unlock everything in the game.
Jesus Christ.
So people went crazy, set the internet on fire, so to speak. I hate that. We got to get away from that term. We need a new one. Can we come up with that right now?
They made it very apparent.
What's a new way to
threw it in a spotlight?
We need what's something more like fucking.
They called the cops.
They've raised their pitchforks.
Or you guys, you're onto something. Keep going. Give me.
I don't know. That's tricky.
Slayered.
So this is like they,
I like that.
they slayed the.
They got totally tiffed.
All right, they drank the milk. They set the milk on liquid. They
Liquid.
They burned the possum. They burned the possum.
They pissed fire on EA.
That's good. They threw out the baby with the roach water.
Yeah. Blaze it.
Yeah. So the internet, rode the bike into the stream on this one, and they were not happy. EA responded by saying, "Guys, you're right. Let's lower the in-game cost of what these characters cost. So instead of Darth Vader costing $60,000 to unlock, he costs $20,000 to unlock."
There's an actual marketing term for this, this type of strategy where it's
fucking the consumer.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No, but okay, yeah, true,
Yeah.
but for real, but it's like where they bend to the consumer's will, just a tiny percentage, and to the consumer, it's that's 100%.
Right.
So then that's how to easily
However,
trick them.
Yeah.
This is not even, and this is only on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not
This
even,
game hasn't been even out for a week.
It's not even. Yo, by the time we're recording, this game hasn't been out for fucking 2 days, technically speaking,
Yeah.
right? So, this all happens early, from people who got it through the EA Access thing, and they're like, "Yeah, you're right. Let's lower the cost of the in-game whatevers." However, they also adjusted the reward you would get in-game. So where previously beating a campaign would reward you with a big number, they lowered that number. So now it's even harder to get to, they lowered the cost of Vader, but they also lowered
your experience.
So nothing changes.
No,
just the number does.
They just
Proportion.
scaled it.
They just
That's
proportion.
it.
Yeah.
They just changed the numbers. But everything shifted together. So there's that. Then the game comes out on Tuesday, kinda. Because in order to get it on Tuesday, you need to buy their deluxe pass, which has a special skin and some in-game currency or whatever.
I wouldn't even
credits.
do this for Zelda.
Yeah, and it's you got to spend an extra $20 or $30 for the deluxe thing. That comes out Tuesday, and people are fucking pissed because all the same shit's still happening. They can't get the things, they can't whatever. And again, that whole idea of pay to win, and quite the pay to win thing got tossed around, which is it's something that I think we started saying a lot without really
Realizing what it
right.
meant.
And the idea was there, but you couldn't necessarily in many cases where people were saying, "Oh, pay to win." You couldn't really pay to win. You were just whatever. This though was actually allowing people who spent money on the game to get better upgrades and better things for their characters and quite literally pay to win. So everyone, bit the biscuits on this quite again and threw some butter down the stairs. And EA was like, guys, we fucked up. We fucked up. And I think the head of DICE Studio was like, ooh, Louis Anderson. And
feud.
And they're like, you're right. No more. You can't buy crystals, which are the premium currency you pay with real money. We're closing all that off until further notice, and we want to get this right, and blah 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 blah. And then the game finally comes out on Friday. So all this shit happened before the game was even technically out, which is crazy. And I don't know about you guys. I think that, and I said it like as all this shit started to blow up because someone at work approached me and was just like, "What do you think of all this shit? Like, this is crazy." And I was like, "Yeah, but ultimately in the end, it's not gonna change a goddamn thing because the people who are aware of this are pissed off right now. Most of I can say that this is maybe the first instance where the very vocal people, maybe this time some of them won't buy it, but I think a lot of them are still going to buy the game. And ultimately, there are plenty of people out there who will never know this happened. Or if they did, it's a passing headline, and they'll fix it later, and I'll get it. But I'm getting it for Christmas anyway. Yeah. Like that, I don't think this is in the long run going to change anything. There's a guy that Matt and I work with who is literally covered in Star Wars tattoos. And as soon as all this happened, I was like, yeah, well, he's still going to fucking buy it. He came up to me and he was like, dude, fuck that. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, like, what the fuck? I was like, you didn't buy. He's like, no, I'm not buying that fucking game. And I was like, huh, all right. We'll see where he's at in a month. But for now, he was like, fuck that game. And he, up until all of this, had been telling me, like, are you going to buy it? And I'm like, no, I don't care about it. And he's like, yeah, I know, but still, I'm excited.
I think it's definitely, like, this is the biggest impact it's ever gotten, I think, as to previous years. Because I think gaming wasn't as big back then. It was more, like, niche and, like, looked at differently. And now that it's more accepted and has, like, a wider audience, now it has, like, a wider, like, more, like, the spotlight's even bigger now. So it probably won't change much, but I think it's definitely a stone in the pond.
But then also, you got to think of what led up to this. And not just EA, but, like, the loot box, like,
people are attacking other games too.
And like it kind of, started with Shadow of War.
Yeah, Shadow of War.
And then it kind of gets to this weird EA thing, and then because it's EA, and everyone just explodes, and it's a Star Wars property, so that makes it worse.
It just became like a big gambling hunt. Any game that has like any kind of gambling, especially if it's a game catered to kids.
Yeah.
Especially like mobile games and stuff. Like that's all getting like
this shit sucks. I mean, this is the shit, like, we talked earlier in the year about kind of how everyone is fucking online now and everyone's trying to be a streamer and how that kind of shit is going to affect all the, like, YouTube monetization things and Twitch streamers and all that shit, and how that's going to eventually lead to some big cultural shift in how we play games and how games are regulated and all this shit. And, like, now you start throwing, like, shit like this into the mix, like, someone's gonna like, this industry's too big to continue to be ran the way that it is. Like, at some point, governments are already stepping in other countries. It's only a matter of time before the government here is like, okay, hold on, which you don't want that to happen.
Because remember the last time that happened?
Yeah, man, fucking Joe Lieberman needs to go to sleep. Yeah, like, fucker chasing down Night Trap.
Someone did a video. Now, I want to say it was someone from a podcast, but it was from a few years ago, and they were talking about, like, the game bubble of the 80s, and then the fucking how in reality, that happened in the 80s, but the PC industry in the games, it was fucking booming.
Yeah.
But no one knew about it because no one in the PC, like, no normal person owned a PC. It was all, like, the dorks or, like, the rich kids. So while Atari and the Commodore or whatever, they're all, like, shitting their pants.
Yeah, everything's burning.
Kids are typing up Zork on their PC, and they're selling it in stores in little pamphlets.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's making that connection now, saying, like, these big game companies are doing all this stuff, and eventually it's just going to burst. But you're going to have this other community kind of take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Well, there's no more middle ground. There's no more like before. Like it was probably some like it came to a nice like I don't know. I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. Like the industry is becoming very top heavy. So before it was a lot of like smaller indie developers, and like it ramped up, and then you had your like not AAA, but like your what like single A,
yeah,
like your THQs and your.
Look at like fucking Whole Foods and Amazon. Like you think of the idea that like Whole Foods was already like for a while it was like this niche little marketplace, but it was still fucking Whole Foods. Like it was not a small mom and pop shop. It was a big chain, and now Amazon bought them, and that's where the video game industry is at. It's like
it's just a lot of titans just taking over and consuming other companies.
Like you have these.
We are one now.
Yeah, you have these like really important is a weird word to ascribe to that, but like these important developers or companies or whatever. But they're still big fucking companies in their own right. But now these bigger conglomerates are swallowing them. Like a company like Respawn, like to go back to last week's news story, a company like Respawn, their name comes from it. Like their whole story is the fact that like, hey, we made this thing and then it became bigger than whatever, like bigger than we were. So we bailed on it, started our new thing, and now we're making, and then they got swallowed back up. Like it's just... It's a weird...
And you wonder how much of a choice they really had.
Yeah.
Just legalities and companies and contracts.
Yeah,
and all that gets crazy.
And the fact that Titanfall 2 probably did not sell up to their numbers because it was released at like the worst time.
Yeah, EA sent that game out.
That's what I hate. Like I hate that a game's appreciation is judged by like how much it makes.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean Titanfall 2 is a great game. It's
I'm saying like we love it, but like on a business standard,
well, yeah,
it's not a good game, and it's like I hate that it's just looked at like that. Like
that's you.
It's become too business focused now.
Art and money people are never going to agree. Ever.
But I do feel like a lot of games now with AAA businesses, I feel like they take a lot of pages from like the mobile games playbook, and then it's just like seeping into that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just
monetization through the wall.
I mean, like I'm fine when arcades were like a quarter for like or 2 quarters for like a life to play, and then you knew when to stop. You know, like I'm not gonna put all my quarters in.
Some of us
or
did.
you are.
Some of us did.
Some of us. Some of us.
We've all been there.
Yeah, but like now it just seems like it's not as innocent as that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it's all very.
No, it's the fact that you already paid $60 for a fucking game,
right? Because you're not buying the arcade
pass.
cabinet, you know. You're just playing for that
renting.
little bit.
And to be fair, like back then, Konami was straight up coding games to eat your quarters. Like Ninja Turtles is designed to do
That's
that.
True.
No, Mortal Kombat 3, when you first Jade,
right.
It's impossible to beat Jade because they want you to pump in more quarters, and then when you play Jade the second time, you can.
It's like that's what happened, and we were all young and
I think
naive.
that's what
and
developed people's skills was saving money.
Yeah,
right.
It's like, we don't want 1 quarter. I'm beating Donkey Kong.
Yeah. That's different though, because that was you're right. It's
it's different, but it's also the same in a fucked up way.
As long as you have that willpower, I guess.
But that's where it comes down to with this is like
it shouldn't be an obstacle in the first place.
But with this, like back then we had the choice of. Fuck this game. I'm not going to play this game. Fuck this game. I'm going to get good at this game, or take my money. Like I'm just going to dump all my money into. And like this is a case of that. Like are people going to walk away from this? You know, the people, the dude I work with, is he actually genuinely fuck this game, or in a couple months when they or however long it takes them to turn this around. And apologize or whatever, is he going to go, well, it's Star Wars, so let me, you know what I mean? Like, is that going to happen? Or are we going to see people actually go, no, fuck EA, you know?
Well, according to just going by Reddit alone, and the one comment that got...
Reddit's a small echo chamber.
It is. But it got like the most downvoted thing in Reddit history or something.
What was that?
The very first one, it was before they did the AMA. And then someone said something just about the hours it takes.
Oh, yeah.
And then the typical EA PR response was like, we're constantly monitoring and adjusting. And we want to... The quote was, we set it up that high because we want players to feel a sense of achievement.
Right.
So then they're like, let me get this straight. I'm going to spend 2,000-something hours.
Right.
I'm going to feel accomplished after that. Like, I just wasted a chunk of my time.
Yeah.
And there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to do that.
there is behind that statement, right? I'm not trying to condone any of this bullshit, but I do like the idea. If you did technically go back to the way things were, like where I've put time into this game, so I unlocked some cool secret or I unlocked something.
Okay.
This is totally different.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about a franchise that people quite literally have tattooed to themselves, right? Like they're
It's Star
married
Wars.
to it in a
It's
different
becoming
way,
an annual
right?
thing. Star Wars Christmas. We're getting a movie each and every fucking year.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It'll die soon. It'll all be.
No,
over.
I like it. Come on. Come on.
I like Star Wars.
I
don't
love
mind
Star
this.
Wars, man.
I grew up with it, so like I have that passion, but now it's like
Everything ebbs and flows. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
it's not
it's
always
for me.
gonna-
It's a case by case thing.
Either way,
I choose what to love.
this is a franchise that people like a lot, right?
Yeah.
And the characters are what make that franchise. And to take those characters and lock them behind hours-long progression, which again would be one thing if it was, hey, every 5 or 6 hours you unlock a new character, but like
Okay.
to lock them behind, like, I think about like what is 4,500? Let's just say 2,000 hours.
At least do it like a fighting game.
How
If you
many-
remember unlock characters that way? Like you beat the story mode
Yeah, you
like
beat the
once,
story.
and then like
And you
then
get a
you fight
thing,
the
yeah.
character
Yeah.
maybe.
How many so hours in a day, 24 times 365. So there's 8,760 hours in a year.
So like a quarter
Divided
of that.
by, let's just say it takes you 2,000, which that other math said
Yeah.
4,500. Let's just say 2,000. It would take you 4 days straight. Is that right?
That doesn't sound
What?
right. No.
What?
What am I
4
doing?
days straight, 2,000 hours?
Oh,
Are you-
4 years. No.
No.
A quarter of a... The fuck's life?
3 months.
Yo, what is life
Whoa.
though?
Yeah, I don't know what math I fucking did. I'm gonna blame it on the sickness.
I don't know. A quarter of that. That's 3 months.
Yeah, just go by that. 3 months.
3 months of nonstop playing.
Non-stop
Like,
playing.
you don't sleep, you don't eat, you don't shit, you don't breathe. You
As
just-
to getting Mewtwo in Melee, it took 20 hours of versus matches.
which
I'm just
Or
saying.
you just
this,
left
like-
it on overnight, right?
Yeah, which is what everybody did. Just left it on overnight.
right.
But I'm like, even like at the time, that seemed strenuous. This was like
It says no.
Oh.
Yeah, shit. I'll get 6
makes that look like a
Mewtwo's.
cakewalk.
Yeah.
which it was because you leave it on overnight.
That's
I did
or
it,
you
shit.
can throw in actual money.
Right, or of
Yeah.
course, spend
Wait,
$2,100.
That's what
well,
it is.
if we had stuff like Action Replay and Game Shark still around,
Oh,
this
hell
wouldn't be a
yeah.
problem.
I know.
It's scary. Well, even I don't know if you guys saw, but in single player they have a cooldown for experience.
Yeah.
So when you play the single player too long, you don't get experience
right,
points.
right.
The South Park
right.
mobile game, you like in order to progress the story, you have to do player versus player matches
Yeah.
for a little bit before
Really?
continuing the story. Yeah. But their excuse is that they're aware of what they're doing, so it's like it's
That's
okay.
that's different. That's different.
It is neat though. Like I
Yeah.
watched my friend play. I was like, I'm trying to avoid this game right now because I know I'm
The
gonna
mobile
like
game,
it.
right?
Yeah. It's clever. I like it.
Yeah, I got nothing to say about that.
I'm just bummed. I really am bummed. I had played Star Wars, the first Battlefront, not on PS2, but like
The last one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. I mean, there were some nights in New Jersey I would spend a weekend up there by myself, middle of the night, drunk, and just like
Yeah.
being Star Wars. Like I forgot. I think they even said it on Bombcast, but like the best part about that game was it was just fucking Star Wars. You heard
Yeah.
like the Star Wars. That was the best part about it. It's
Yeah.
like you're in the fucking movie.
It's very pretty. Like,
Yeah. Oh my god, it looked amazing. And
Yeah.
then like
And
the
it ran
PC
60,
mod,
didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
smooth,
fucking butter,
it was-
man.
Yeah. It was
I only played. I never played Battlefront, like any of them.
Yeah.
Like those type of like shooters, I never really got into. Just like that was like around the era of like SOCOM and
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the other
Which-
stuff, and just
SOCOM, Jesus,
like that game was that
it's my
game.
obsession.
Yeah, a lot of people were obsessed with that.
I think that's why I liked it so much too, because it was. I mean, at the time, Battlefront on PS2, it was just SOCOM Star Wars. I remember people calling it. That.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And like I think it's cool that like Star Wars is able to reach that type of game platform. But
Yeah.
I was more about the Jedi Outcast series
Yeah.
and like pretty much anything from Raven, and then for GameCube though the Rogue Squadron game like
I remember
I like the dogfights. probably more than anything.
That was one of the highest resolution games.
Dude,
At least the first one.
That was a butter
Yeah,
ass GameCube
yeah.
game.
Yeah.
That was smooth.
So are we gonna see another Star Wars game?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
that's not EA?
No,
They have the
not for a
license.
while. They did what they did with Madden, at least for a while.
Yeah, Disney sold them the license for X amount of years.
I know Respawn was the only other one doing one, but they bought them anyway. So who gives a
Damn.
shit? Yeah, I mean it's all
That sucks.
because LucasArts doesn't exist anymore.
They don't.
Yeah,
Lucasfilm does though,
Kind of.
by name only.
That's terrible.
I got
That's
good
terrible.
news.
What's the good news?
Konami updated Bomberman. So that Super Bomberman R out on Switch.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, buddy.
Yo, they added Dracula and Goemon.
And
Done.
and
Go
the mechs from Zone of the Enders
Yeah,
and Bubblehead from Silent Hill.
fucking
What?
game
Yeah,
of
she's in
the
it, and
year.
she carries a straw.
Really?
Yeah.
It's
Dude, that's
like
dope.
like a bendy straw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
If
And
it
some other like obscure
couple,
Konami
yeah.
games.
It's hitting a bunch of sales on Black Friday. I'm waiting to see if it hits eShop.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Daddy
So,
wants.
because so their in-game currency you only get through online matches,
Which right, and that's it.
and
That's the way to do it.
right,
Like,
and to get but a lot of these characters they were cheap. So like I had like a couple coins, not too many, but it was enough to get. I got Dracula because Simon was. I think Simon you had to pay for. I think you had to pay for
Yeah.
Simon, Vic Viper,
and Pyramid Head.
yeah, and Pyramid Head.
Oh,
So,
Pyramid Head.
Yeah.
God damn it, dude.
So I got them, and then so I got Dracula, and I got the good guy from Zone of the Enders. It's like G Hut or something like that. I forgot how to say it, but like Anubis was also 10. They're all 10 coins. All the other characters are 1,000 coins.
Damn.
So Goemon's 1,000. So it's
Whoa.
like I'm gonna have to play some more online stuff, I guess. But they added a Grand Prix like battle mode, which has a story,
Yeah, they updated that game in
and
a
like
good
Dracula
way.
is the main villain of that story.
Yeah.
Like he comes from planet Castlevania.
Yeah,
And like each character comes like from their own planet, and like Bomberman apparently has this ability where like he's basically like Mega Man, where like his little belt buckle pops open, he could put a chip
Oh,
inside.
that's cool, man.
Simon gives him a chip, and then he has this whip as like an introduction, and he like tries to whip like Dracula with it.
So
I
does
am
that?
fucking.
I haven't
sold.
played it yet, but I'm because when I tried doing a story mode, I was like, oh, I want to play as the Zone of the Ender in story mode, and that's when Ramona.
Nice.
My Mondo figure came in the mail,
Oh, nice.
so it's like a collector's thing.
Yeah.
No, but that's when I figured my Joy-Con stick. I started
Yeah.
drifting, and I was like, I can't
Oh,
play.
son of a bitch.
Can't play Bomberman handheld.
Damn. I'm buying that game this week,
But-
one way or the other.
I'm gonna have to play it.
Yeah. I thought I was reading comments about the game, and people were like, yeah, I think they're even considering like bringing back like some franchises because of this, and like they mentioned Castlevania as being a potential.
I'm not holding my breath.
Which like if they made Dracula and Simon like important in Bomberman, like
That could be.
there's a cutscene, they have voices.
I
there's
know,
a story,
but
like,
that could be fucking 3 guys in the fucking Bomberman team that are really into Castlevania. They're like,
it's something.
yo, can we put that? You cool with this? And they're like, yeah, you can do that. That's fine. Can we make another game? Are you fucking high? Shut up. Get.
Ness continues to be in Super Smash Brothers, so
Right, yeah, I mean, and we all know Region Free means, hey, Mario.
Exactly.
Mario might have a movie.
Oh yeah, the dudes who made
Minions.
the Minions.
This is all because of the deal with the theme park.
Which I am, I don't even know.
Because that's Universal. They own Illumination.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there.
Should
Trailer hit this week for Rampage.
Oh fuck, I didn't see it yet.
You didn't watch it?
I keep
I
forgetting
didn't
to
watch
watch it, man.
I didn't watch it.
The
I have
funniest thing
no
about the
interest.
comments on that, if you like go on YouTube or something, they're like, "This looks like San Andreas again." I was like, "Did you see the beginning where it says from the makers of San Andreas?"
Right, yeah.
Rocking a helicopter.
Fucking. It was a good reveal for Lizzie at the end, but it was like,
More like Crocky.
yeah, it did not. I don't. But that's a very different approach from how I would make a Rampage movie.
It's like the Dragon Ball evolution of Rampage.
Yeah, I wanted so badly for that movie to be like a dumb 80s, like think of
You
like
wanted people to mutate and
like think of that dumb bullshit. Just like I'm turning into a and like
Yeah.
I wanted a dumb cheesy.
But no,
I think
these
we all
are
wanted
and
that.
it's just like
these are just animals.
The
just got
Rock's sad about
contaminated.
a gorilla.
And I,
Just
and
like-
I
That's Dwayne the Rock Johnson to you.
Thank
you.
Like seriously, like
I
he's
feel like George had to be the color that he is because to like King Kong
Oh, he's like
reasons.
albino or something,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, but it's just like what's wrong with my friend? Like what?
No, like the one scene where like he shouted George and he started like running to that like shoulder ran into that building. That was like game like respect right there.
Respect.
It was, but also like this hasn't.
And not much, but it's there.
It's still just like that game was all about. I'm gonna turn into a giant monster
Yeah.
and destroy a
Fuck
city
shit up.
and eat bullshit and breathe fire and it's
eat a
fun.
toilet and throw up.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, and this was just like I don't fucking.
I don't know how you
don't
could turn
even.
this into a feature length, but I think if it came out in the 80s, it would have been great.
Mm-hmm.
Animatronics
Yes.
and everything.
Yes. Now
Oh my
fuck.
That's where we are with movies, man.
Yeah, Detective Pikachu.
Well,
Oh,
You all right?
I don't.
I don't know.
So we never got anything about getting a game,
Yeah, no.
but we're
No.
getting a live action movie.
Yeah.
Why not?
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know who's voicing Pikachu, but you
it's
like
not
those-
De Niro.
Gilbert
right?
Godfrey.
Fuck.
Yes.
I'm electric Rudy.
I
I mean, did you like the Jack Black Goosebumps movie?
I didn't see it.
Did you like
Yeah,
that Jack Black movie where he's a giant and like and,
Gulliver's Travels.
Yeah, Gulliver's Travels. Did you like that?
I didn't see that one.
Oh well, this director's same guy's doing this movie,
Really?
so good chances are Jack Black's
promising.
Pikachu.
Oh,
Or he's Ash.
Good news though. Good news to close us out. CD
Goodness.
Projekt Red says Cyberpunk 2077 will be no bullshit story-driven RPG.
That makes
Go.
me feel like they're not doing single player.
So yeah,
Because the article before that was like, we are aware that we have to acknowledge these type of like.
yeah.
They tweeted it will be nothing
Formulas.
less than The Witcher 3. It was aimed at quelling
That's a-
fears that Cyberpunk 2077 might include microtransactions. After CEO Adam Kaczynski said there will be a certain online element related to Cyberpunk in an interview earlier in the week. And because of all of the aforementioned stuff with Battlefront 2, everyone was like, fuck you. So he said, online is necessary or very recommended if you wish to achieve a long-term success. And it seemed to suggest the game would be moving toward that kind of bullshit. However, they said, worry not. When thinking Cyberpunk 2077, think nothing less than The Witcher 3. Huge single-player, open-world, story-driven RPG. No hidden catch. You get what you pay for. No bullshit. Just honest gaming like with Wild Hunt. We leave greed to others.
I like that.
Leave
I
greed
have
to
a-
others. Fuck you, EA. God damn, that's so good.
So the thing that I have to say for this, which I agree with everybody here, I think that's a good thing. But I don't know if how much my opinion is valid here because I'm a piece of shit who put like $30 into Miitomo.
Fair.
There's nothing wrong though with like buying something if you like it.
That's part I was gonna get at. It's like I don't have a problem with microtransactions, but it's how it's implemented into a game to where it makes sense with the context of the game. I think
I agree.
I think as long as it's clever enough and it doesn't disrespect the game,
Yeah.
I think it can make sense. So like I can see Cyberpunk using this in a sense where it's like maybe there's some type of weird vending machine, and you have to like get some kind of like health or perk or whatever or something
I mean-
or some kind of like implant or something that like helps with this. I don't know. But something like that. It's like, oh, it costs like $1 or something. And it's like, oh well, you know what?
I think
That kinda
about
makes sense.
Let It Die. Like that's a different thing because that's a free game and whatever. But like,
Yeah.
I was never offended by that game's microtransactions because
No.
I didn't need to do them.
That's the thing. Like it's also like optional. It's not mandatory.
Right. And they didn't necessarily gate progression or force me. Like they didn't stronghold me into a position where I was like, I cannot
yeah.
beat this game without.
Or they don't
paying.
give you the illusion like, oh yeah, you can play this whole
Right.
thing for free. Oh wait, oh you can't do this one part. Oh
Right.
yeah, well you kind of have to pay for that. That's-
I am, before we sign off, I am checking Nintendo's Twitter just to find out if anything got announced. Whoa, hold on. Paris Hilton claims she invented the selfie.
Oh, good for her.
In case y'all were wondering. Ooh, bitch! I knew it was smart to check this shit. Have you heard the news? Animal Crossing Pocket Camp will be coming to mobile devices worldwide on November 22nd.
No, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
2 days.
Deuce.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's sweat. All right, I'm in.
It's Wednesday, isn't it?
It is Wednesday,
Yeah.
my dude.
So there's definitely not going to be a direct then.
Hey,
Right?
that ain't true.
No? All right.
Ain't nothing true.
That ain't Falco.
Yeah, that's gonna do it for us for Free Cheese episode 224. It's a long one this time around. Y'all got any Thanksgiving plans?
Black Friday.
That's your
Yeah, I'm getting that monitor that I was talking about.
Oh,
It's-
word.
It's going to be $100 off on Dell.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to be ripping and tearing in G-Sync. So I can't wait for that.
You should
Nice.
send me a link for that.
Yeah.
See what it's like.
Yeah.
Dope.
It's going to be good.
You do anything? You guys got any?
Just chilling at home,
Yeah.
watching football. Hopefully not being sick. I'm sounding worse as the night goes on.
Welcome to hell. I'm bailing this year.
Bailing?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Here.
Nowhere.
I'm staying here.
Oh, I thought you meant like you were like going on another like
no,
trip.
no, I'm
Oh.
staying.
No,
Well, that's
I
smart.
don't really do too much because I don't know, like traditions kind of just died off.
Normally,
it's
my
just like,
my mom's still cooking.
Pick a
and
parent, do something.
Yeah, no, my mom's still cooking, and I obviously was, expected there. And then Katie, normally what we've done for the last few years is like, Katie's family would always do something earlier, and we would do something like early, late.
That's
So
what I
I'd
do
always,
with me and Faith.
I'd kind of like, we'd go to hers, and then I'd show up late to mine, and then most recently, I think like her family switched where they go, so Katie would go like in the morning, and then late at night she'd meet me over at my mom's after I've already eaten and whatever, and whatever. And this year she was like, I'm not fucking going anywhere. And I was like, you're not going to go with me? She's like, I don't want to do it. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't do it either. And I was like, Mom, would you hate me? And she's like, I understand. And I was like, sold. So
Well, it's a good thing that you talked to her about it.
Yeah.
Just instead of
They
just
I
did
wasn't,
not
yeah,
show
I didn't
up.
like text her, LOL, I'm not going to be there.
No, I mean, some people wouldn't even do that. They just would not show.
No, I feel bad. And I still feel bad, you know what I mean? But I also like, I can sleep in now. I'm going to cook. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you can see her anytime. You don't need a holiday to prove that, like.
Yeah, and it's, yeah, no, I know.
So.
But it's that whole, like, the whole family's going over there. Kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Drink a
But-
lot of beer.
It's, yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
I'm
a
going
lot
to
of
play
games.
games.
Play
Now,
games, guys. Let's play games.
I'm gonna play game. I'm off,
I'm playing Doki Doki.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm off Wednesday and Thursday, so I'm just gonna party. I don't know. I got video games to play. I'm looking forward to that.
Let's do it.
I know. That's where I was all weekend, boo.
It's not good.
Yeah.
I'm feeling worse.
Now I called out the other day. I left work early, a different day. You just stare. Everything turns white.
I'm gonna try to get up tomorrow, but not really gonna work.
It's a
I'm
fun.
feeling worse as the night goes on.
It's all right. All you gotta do is just say, "Yo, I was near Joe. It happened."
I got the Joe.
Yeah. I caught the sweat. Oh God. Dracula bit me. Hey, that's gonna do it. We're done.
God
If you like this episode, find it and all of our other episodes on the iTunes.com or the App Store, or what do you call it? iTunes Store. Also on Google Play, also on YouTube, also on the freecheese.com, where we have a lot of other stuff. We took a little light break from video stuff while Matt was out of town. We may or may not do some video stuff this week. Who knows what the future brings. I had a lot of fun doing Miiverse shit. I think we should get back into a little Mario Maker. Just saying. Just throw that out there for
I
a
mean, I'm
week.
okay with it.
I know. I'm just saying it week 2 in a row.
I'm just saying it requires a Wii U, and that's
I got one. Good news.
No, I'm looking at Matt.
Yo, you got one?
I got one.
Yo, you got one?
Yeah.
Yo, you got one? Oh, shit. We got 4 Wii U's. That's 4 Mario Makers.
Dude,
we can
legit,
Did
make.
you
I'm
see
actually-
the layer of dust on mine though?
I did.
Oh yeah.
I'm
That's
kind of
alright.
craving my Wii U
Dude.
now more than ever.
Why?
I don't know why, dude.
Ben,
right,
I
hold
have
on.
expected
I'm not
your
gonna lie.
opinion
I'm not gonna lie.
so much on
I'm
this
not
show,
gonna
and so
lie.
you just said that.
Yo,
But, dude,
we're moving to the 4th hour. Hold on.
My
I want to. Okay.
I for one moment I became decongested, so I can yell.
I did too. Look at that. I can breathe.
I want to finish up 3D World.
Yes, you do.
Straight up.
That's fair. That's fair.
I want to finish up the 64 DS remake that I bought on the Wii. And I want to play some. I legit want to start getting some more virtual console games on the Wii, like the game Demon's Crest.
You got it here. Oh.
Yeah. Like I want to get Demon's Crest
My
really
bad.
fucking bad.
Yeah.
On the Wii U.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man.
All right.
I feel like there's some shit. There's something else I'm missing too on the Wii U that I need to.
There's some
hit
stuff.
up. Yeah.
We'll talk.
Yeah. Sorry, Matt. Matt is just so disappointed now.
God, it's a goddamn toy.
If you love the Wii U and you love reading tweets about it, you can follow us all on Twitter. The free cheese is at some free cheese. Mark is at og_mental. Matt is at MattyAce131. Ben is at SevBenz. I am at the free cheese. That's it. That's everything. That better be fucking everything because it is the longest episode we've had in a very long time. But it was a good one. I knew it was going to be a heavy one.
It was good.
I knew we had a lot to talk about, and god damn it if we didn't. I already forgot everything though, so these show notes are going to be
2 words.
Yeah.
Just Monica.